As I suspected, 32 flavor.
You're obsessed with horror and assorted dark imagery. Would you ever do an album singing about like puppies and rainbows? Would that ever happen?
Yeah. No, maybe I'll do a real horror record and talk about the Obama administration.
Oh, wow. Wow.
How's it going, folks? Good evening. Nice to see you all here. We have a nice crowd ready, too, for episode 1, or in this case, issue number 1, because if you want to go by comic book logic, this is a relaunch, but this is the relaunch that matters. This is the renumbering that matters. And I love that we're doing this for the best cause in the world. So, yeah, once again, this is now Clobby's Comic Shop issue number 1. So let's have fun tonight. It's going to be pretty much the same show that you know and love. We'll talk comics. We'll drink booze. There'll be salutes and chairs. There'll be answering occasional comments that stand out. And of course, we'll hit on a little bit of some of what we've been reading and enjoying lately. We'll also talk about one pastime book that we wanted to talk about once again. We're going to try at least once a month, try to look back for an old issue that would have been along the Clobby line to keep that Clobby bloodline alive around here. Tonight we'll talk briefly on Fantastic Four issue 51 to start off strong for tonight as well on that. And of course, some optimistic stuff for the future, whether it's in the Indiegogo Kickstarter, on the more mainstream side, like we're looking for it. So yeah, I'll acknowledge a lot of faces in the chat. It says Josh Hammond, what's up? 24/7 Fusion Media, FKC 2005, the Comic Relief Crusader, Dash Attack, Vulcan, Liz, Penny, the Gilded King, Vince Womack, Max Redstone, Joe Dog, Keely Cho, Putin's Cat, K. Roberts, Phantom Outsider, Stephen M. Kellel. No, there will be no Captain Marvel around here. If there's ever going to be a Captain Marvel talked about, it'll be Billy Batson. That's a promise, all right? Believe that. Gwagnar. How's it going, Gwagnar? D-Bud Martin. How's it going, dude? Hey, Picasso, how you doing, man? Nice to see you here. RJ Godzilla 81. I love this huge crowd tonight, starting off strong. Hey, my guy Steve Mitchum, who I hope to meet next year. I really hope, man. I'll keep you informed as the time gets closer because I would love to meet you. So, anyways, we got some dudes here. And to once again keep the show as in line with tradition while moving forward. We brought a familiar guest, someone who you have seen in the chat plenty of times, and is also a very loyal listener of this channel through videos and streams. And, of course, someone who I can now also say is a friend as well, because we do text each other from time to time. And he's someone who's, of course, rightfully a big fan of Clobby, and he's a guest that Clobby was also very fond of and who got to hang out with Clobby as well. So, when I say the memory is going to stick, the memory is going to stick, and it's going to be diabolically huge. So let's bring on our returning guest, but the first time as a guest on this reformatted show by name. Hey, 5 picoseconds, my man. I'll be showing off my haul tonight, brother. I'll be showing off. Welcome and welcome back at the same time to
yes.
Clobby's Comic Shop number 1.
Number 1. Yes. Thank you,
This
Nick.
feels special. This feels like special number 1.
Under other obvious circumstances, this is a special occasion.
Mm-hmm. It is.
We owe it to you and all the other guys, everybody in the chat. And this is it's always an honor to hang out with you guys anyway, but this was a special honor. Thank you, and for everybody else out there as well. I appreciate it very much.
No, it made sense. It felt just absolutely natural to have you here for this. Like, it's just like, okay, if we're gonna have someone back on here like right away to get this started. I mean, I remember you mentioned, oh, hey, some of you look at 2K, and I was actually gonna do that too. That's the funny part. I was actually gonna do it, and we had such an intense conversation that I lost track of sending more links. I was like, fuck.
No, that
And
was a good stream you did for the 2K, man.
thank you.
There's been some memories from back in the day, and I was surprised how many people jumped all over that X Files segue I threw just in the
Dude,
chat.
that was
Everybody's
fun.
like, "Wow!" That was holy cow!
We had a really fun show. Like we went to the deep dive of the X Files, the Lethal Weapon conversation. It was really good, and then we got to a really tense music conversation at the last hour. I felt a little bit of like tenseness. I was like, "Oh, this is getting tense." I'm like, and then I was like messaging 70s backstage. He's like, "I was like, I don't think I'm gonna end the show right now." He's like, "Yes, keep it going, keep it going." I'm like, "There's still people here." Yeah, so we made let's keep it
Well,
going.
if you're gonna talk about music, it's good to have 70s around, right?
Mm-hmm.
He knows his stuff. I used to try to catch him on the night shift before when he used to do his little music stream and stuff like that every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, facts, man. Facts.
But as far as the comics, you couldn't be more gracious, and I'm almost blushing a little bit, but that might be the Jameson. So no gay, but
it's the Jameson. Mixed with probably an impending view of Top Gun.
Yeah, you got to do the Rocky hug. Yeah, it was. It's such an honor to do this with you guys, man. It's really hard to explain, but I think everybody who's seen me or known you, they understand. They know.
Oh yes, they do.
They know very well. So,
well, one more time before I bring in the other dudes. Thank you. Glad to hang out with you once more. And welcome, Bad Gamergate, Davina Duckworth. How you doing? Edible Graham.
There it is.
Hello. And then
Thank you,
Five asked a really quick question. Would you believe I impulse bought an dude? I was there at Dallas Fan Expo, hanging out with you the entire con, by the way, which is awesome. I still feel like what we lived was like a story in a movie with Heavy Metal issue number 1. I'll repeat the story shortly for our great listeners. What's up, Sassy? Thanks for dropping in as well. Oh, we'll hit on that Flash Gordon upcoming comic too as well.
Oh,
for
real?
Yeah, believe that. Okay, let's bring in the other man who helps make the show as great as it is, Ironcaster. And he's here. I didn't think you were going to show tonight because you had a good reason to not be here, but you're here.
Well, no, that other thing's not happening. I wasn't able to buy the tickets in time.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Hey, everyone, welcome.
What's up, bud? What's up, Ironcaster?
Is it hot enough for you guys? Because I feel like I've been melting all week.
Yeah, it's warm.
Oh, dude, Illinois is a boiler room. A straight up boiler room. It's a good thing. I have really good AC at home and in my car. I'm like an obsessive AC. I don't care. I'll spend more money. I don't care. Luckily, I have my kids, my girlfriend. There's never a dispute about this costs more money. It's just no, we want that AC. We like to live a little comfortably. And I'm sure I got my friends in Arizona and Florida who can live on their heat, and I don't get it. And there is a unique respect for you. There is a unique respect for you because you can pull up. But I love my AC, and I'm not giving it up without a fight.
Well, look, it's just real simple. Us here in the Midwest, we're built for the cold, not this heat nonsense. No, you get that out of here. I'll deal with 10 degrees with 0. That I can handle. I can throw out another sweatshirt. I can throw on another flannel shirt. How much can I take off? I'm going to be sitting here butt ass naked. No.
I just couldn't take the man. I just can't take it when your toes get cold. Once your toes get cold, dude, I'm done. I can't take it, man. That's where I'm just a total wuss for the cold. I lived in Kentucky for a long time before moving back to Florida. Luckily, it's been kind of rainy, so it's cooled off. But then you get the heat and humidity after that. So it's a give and take. But the cold, I just remember, man, when the toes get to the point where you're just geez, dude. It's all right, I don't want to deal with that.
Oh, Oakley Vandals here too. Now it is a party. And hey, It's okay. You know, there are people who find out these things late, and it happens. Thank you for showing respect. This is once again, this is the new version of the show, which is basically the same. This is the meet the new boss, same the old boss, but it's actually fun. It's a straight up rename with everything you know and love about the show. But glad you could be here, buddy. All right, let's bring in the Ice Wolf himself. What's up, Rear?
Hey there, folks. This is Fenrir the Ice Wolf. No longer the energetic, wisecracking firecracker of old. Now I'm a productive, intelligent member of society, for I no longer sniff Cheetos before every show and listen to Neil Peart. I hope you're all joyful for this situation.
Neil
I know.
Peart. I'm gonna be that guy. It's Neil Peart. You know, I know how I know.
When I'm pretty much on the
himself.
effect, I really don't care. Just listen to the drum solo, man.
Oh, good. When
He was
you're
pretty good.
straight. Oh yeah, right. I think he had a future. But when you're straight, I'm gonna correct you again. So brace yourself. It's Peart. It's Peart.
Well, what's up
I ain't
with the
letting that go.
change? Fenrir, what's up, man?
Yeah,
You
but
trying to
other
grow
than that,
up or
how's it
what?
going, man?
Well,
Don't
I've
grow
been-
up, dude. Don't grow up, man. It's not worth it.
There's something we all need to do it. I mean, it's pretty depressing. I mean, I really don't want to drop the firecracker stuff, but we gotta move on at some point. I feel that this way I will be more energetic. Sure, I'll probably lose a lot of my following as I become more mature, but oh God, what the fuck am I doing? No.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh God, no. Can't do this crap. This isn't me, man.
It's not. It's straight up not.
I can't go
Fender.
clean.
Well, if you
It's
need
a
to,
stick.
you need to go clean. If you need to go clean, man. Okay.
Dude, I can't be an adult. This isn't me.
Adult isn't so bad. I truly
Told you,
believe
man.
there's actually a lot more to that's good to being an adult than it's ever getting credit for. Yeah, there's some hecticness to it. There's some stress to it, but
You can
the
drink.
perks I feel like are a lot more, for lack of a better word, perkier than ever. Like the first time I moved out, I was actually excited about getting my groceries because it meant that the power was in my own hands to make all the
No, dude, I know all
decisions, to have
about that.
all the
I already
pizza
do that
want.
by myself. I'm talking about not being crazy, man.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm talking about having to be
Reminds me
sane.
of Step Brothers when he has to go out and buy his own
Uh,
stuff. Will Ferrell's character.
I already do that. I already have my own place. I already do groceries.
Okay.
Talking about being a sane and productive member of society. That's not me.
It's
I'm
not,
a danger
but-
to society.
No, you're not. You're not dangerous. Don't do that. That's crazy pish posh. We like you around here. We like you a lot. Okay, now just accept that shit. But it's good to see you, man. And what's up, Kiwi
It's good to be
Chow?
here, too.
And let's see here. 5 picoseconds, Canadian 5. So
Yes.
why don't we start the new show with a nice punch once everyone's introduced? Well, you know what? Since we got one more man to let in,
For my friends in the panel, for the friends in the chat, and for the friends that we will miss forever. Howdy ho!
yeah, that felt
There
more
it is.
stronger than ever. Yeah, right.
There it
Salute
is.
to that. That was.
Salud.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, Pablo, great to see you, sir.
yeah, man. Fenrir, sounds like you are over with the Coke. Just don't start with the Pepsi and you are golden. You guys talking about being hot. I have been peeing ice cubes around here.
Oh,
I live on the Pichincha in a
Mhm.
literal volcano.
Mhm.
My house is around 2,900 meters over the sea level.
Yeah.
So if you go a bit up, you actually start getting snow on the volcano. Sometimes
Don't
because
tell
of
Al
the
Gore
position of my
that.
house, dude, the winds come
Stones
with
of
the
Mount
freeze.
Kilimanjaro.
Oh, dude,
Good
you get
luck,
the
bud.
whole power of the iciness of the volcano because the wind comes, it's just chilling. You can feel on your bones the goddamn wind when it starts snowing on the volcano. So it's really fun, I will say, but it's really chilly.
Yeah,
It's
but it sounds like a great second hideaway for a superhero, like a backup bat cave area or something.
brother, the thunderstorms around because of the crater. There's a lot of thunderstorms that are wild, so you will start hearing just the thunders cracking, and then it's like the whole mountain shakes with that. You feel on the feet every time after you see the light. First comes the sound, and then you feel it on your feet, and it's so goddamn cool. But it's extreme. My whole country is extreme. You go from the mountain that is craziness, and you go to the rainforest where you actually have to avoid certain death all the time. And
Wow.
you
Everything
see
wants you
the
dead.
goddamn alligator just on the river.
Almost as
And
bad
you're
as
like,
Australia.
yeah, you are
Is
at least it's on the
anywhere
river.
near
I'm
Australia?
safe. Then you
Wow,
walk a
Pablito,
couple
you
of
live in a little shithole.
dude, you walk a couple of meters on the jungle. You find a goddamn tarantula. Then you find the goddamn monkey that was hunting the tarantula. Then you get a bigger tarantula that was hunting the monkey. And I'm not even joking. Oh, by the way, on my backyard, they used to be tarantulas. Here on the high altitudes are called ponzoñas. And
What's that?
literally the size ponzoña is the size of my hand. And they carry the little spiders
Yeah.
on the back. Instead of just depositing the eggs and leaving them, they carry the little spiders. So you squash the beach and you see a cloud of goddamn spiders on the floor.
Oh, dude.
Dude, you're still better. You're still better than Australia. There, the kids need to carry swords to fight the spiders.
It rains spiders.
I will say I love nature this way. When I think about all those places that they say it's just tranquility, everything is still, I'm like, you don't have to fight for your life. Damn, that's boring.
Well, yeah, you gotta keep life eventful, man. You gotta keep life eventful. I strongly agree with that. As hectic as your situation is, there's a bizarre perspective of you're still making the most out of your absolutely batshit crazy situation. Is that not what that is?
Dude, the best.
You see, we as Americans decided that we're gonna try and kill ourselves because we don't have enough dangers. That's why we have all the guns and all the carbohydrates and all the gluten.
Makes
Oh, I
sense.
love
And
gluten.
Chicago.
Hiking in
Still
the
one of the good
woods
parts about
during-
Chirac, which
Yeah.
I'll be in actual Chirac in a few weeks, which that will be for actually something fun. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be in Southside. It's gonna be huge. So, what's up,
This
Sarah
is-
Days? I don't think I've seen you ever comment here before, but welcome to the show. He says, "Great stash, brother." Thank you, by the way. Welcome to the show. Enjoy your stay here. It's a fun time here.
Please do.
And we're gonna drink and talk comics because that's literally what we do here. And what's up, Anonymous Gamer? All right, we got a clip for 5 Pico. He's a Dolph Lundgren member, so he does have some pull here. And because he has the Lundgren pull, the punch heard round.
That got a delay.
It really was. The funny part is that it actually was heard around the world. That was like a hugely. That was outside of Captain America having Mjolnir. I think like Thanos decking Captain Marvel was like the second or
People
third
cheer
most
here.
talked about moment of Avengers Endgame.
People were cheering that.
They were
Yeah,
cheering.
our theater was lost its mind when it happened. It was awesome.
Man, I that is so crazy because some of the movies I haven't seen any movies. Well, let's not talk about Godzilla -1. That's a
Yeah.
given. Okay,
so
that's a
good.
given.
The
Yeah.
fact that
Batman,
everyone loves
because it
that
was
punch
free.
says a lot, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
It restores
people
my
cheer.
hope in humanity every time.
Yeah, people actually yelled out in the movie theater, and I remember as a kid, the other time that I can remember that was Rocky 2
Mm-hmm.
and Deep Blue when Samuel Jackson got eaten by that damn shark.
Really?
Oh, dude, a guy threw his popcorn straight up in the air and it launched. I'm not shitting you, man. I'm not freaking kidding you. Do you guys know the scene? No spoiler alerts for everybody. Deep Blue with that,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, because he's giving that speech. It's classic him. And then, boom, and he got oh, shit, and he just launched. He was like sitting and just launched it like 3-4 rows back, man. Whole thing of popcorn.
Because of that movie,
Scared the shit out of him.
because of that movie, I started searching for cards for a deck, and I ended up mixing a deck with that theme and Sharknado. My deck was literally creating sharks and throwing them. It was stupid, didn't work, but they don't do shark movies like Meg 2 was. Wait, was Meg 1 or Meg 2 the one this year, early this year?
Meg 2.
Meg 2, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because Meg 1, I remember it had some cool scenes, but this one was boring as fuck.
Cliche movie of the century, man.
It did exactly what it had to do. Be a shark movie.
Yeah.
Tell them
Most-
Grim says hi. Okay.
I've never
exactly
seen
know where
any of
that
the Meg
is.
movies.
Okay. I'm gonna remember the Hannibal. I'm
Monsters used to
gonna remember
be
that.
so
Deep Blue
fun.
Sea, that was a good one. Okay. We got a crowd in here. I feel like it's the least we could do to give them a proper salute to them for coming out to the first episode.
Absolutely.
And then after that, for the next 20 or 30 minutes, if it ends up being quicker, okay. I don't know how many of you guys got a hold of Fantastic 451, but I feel like for this first episode, giving that Clobby nod was important. So I know Casper and I at least read Fantastic 451. If any of you guys read it, you're welcome to contribute to it. But we got to talk about this issue. So to our chat for being here for the very first episode of this reformatted show. Guys, thank you. This is what I love to see. You're coming out long, hard, and strong, almost like you're the Dix division, but for this show. So I do appreciate that. I'm sure the panel equally appreciates it as much as I do.
Oh,
so seriously, absolutely, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And before we dive into Fantastic Four number 51, the house someone announced called the police who came on time, her husband, who was not even in the country, Dolph Lundgren. Are you trying to quiz me on a movie? I don't understand. Am I missing something? Tell me, guys, if I'm missing something. What am I not understanding?
That's got to be a
just
movie
fun
reference.
fact about Dolph Lundgren.
Are you talking about his movie Jean-Claude Van Damme? And Max has been a member for 2 months. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being a member. Oh, there's another message about that one. A few years back, a woman in Villain was robbed and tied to a chair. Then the thief saw a picture of her and her husband, then dropped all the stolen goods and fled. The house someone unannouncedly called the police. Who came to untie her? Or her husband, who was not in the country, Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, they did that to his family?
Are you telling me that was like a real life experience? Go on. Oh, there's more. Oh no, that's just I went up one.
Wow.
I still don't understand. Maybe that must be a movie that I have not seen. Just correct. You're welcome to correct me. If this chat can vouch for me on one thing, I will absolutely have no problem admitting when I have not seen or read something, and I will own the shit out of not knowing something because despite the whole YouTubers act like they know everything, I don't act like I know everything. I've seen
Oh, so that's real. He was talking about real life. Holy cow.
Wait. What?
That sounds like something that would happen in
It
a
was his
freaking
house.
movie.
It was his family, is what Phantom is
Years
saying.
back, a
When
woman
did
in
that
New Zealand and
happen?
Spain was robbed,
What?
tied to a chair.
Oh, a few years back. Yeah, a few years
Here's
back.
a picture of her and her
Holy
husband.
crap.
Oh,
Now that had to have happened, I guess, presumably, when they knew Dolph's wife was robbed and the thieves, when they knew his Dolph's wife fled in real life. Oh, wow. Now, whole new perspective on this. Whole new perspective. Wow, they're lucky they didn't get killed by that man, because that guy's still in shape. He didn't like let himself go or any of that stuff. He's still a monster of a man. I would not ever try to do anything that would instill me saying, "Hey, this guy deserves the ass whooped by Dolph Lundgren." I wouldn't make fun of the idea.
No, can you imagine? Because he's got the Hollywood connections. Like 2 years later, one of those guys is just sitting around, right? And he gets a phone call, and it's Liam Neeson on the other end.
You don't even need them.
Oh,
That's
you
just a
wouldn't try
bonus.
to make
That's just a
a
bonus.
legal match against him? I mean, he if you get it on paper, he can't exactly kill you. So I mean, you got it shot if you're making a legal match.
Okay, I got something to highlight, and it looks like it's from the. All right, I swear that was in 2009. Wow. Okay, I did not know. Yeah. Okay. He also is a sharp man too. He also knows actual martial arts. Okay, I swear to myself one thing, and then we'll actually get into Fantastic Four 51. But my buddy Max Redstone sent me something, and it seems like he added something from the Las Vegas meetup in 2021. So, Max, I got it. Here you go. Sobering Thoughts with Nick Weiser. Oh, man. I
God damn it,
was
I was eating.
plastered. I was gone.
Whoever did this meme, thank you.
Max
I have
Redstone.
potatoes on my nose, and it didn't came from the right side.
That's funny.
Max, this is a work of art, even though it's not like actual art, but for me, because of you summed up the perfect thought, I'm gonna call it art. Beautiful, man. Thank you, Max. You are freaking awesome. No, I'm actually not. And comics will even be the first to tell you that. I was leaning my drunk ass head. He already captioned it. He beat us to it. I have a video. Dude, he's gonna do something with that video someday.
Dude, the Music Meister's on fire tonight.
I couldn't imagine being caught on camera, caught on video. You don't got any video of me.
Yes, I'm just glad they know what memories I don't have. I gave to others to make the most of.
Comics looks like he has a handful of stuff,
I need
and
your
Nick looks like he
compromise
has
on
something to be
something.
grabbed.
I need to get your word on this. First shirt that you sell for your channel gotta be this face.
What about my face?
This face.
For what though?
The shirt that you sell for your channel.
A shirt?
Yep.
I'll have to do it for maybe the third or fourth shirt way down the line, because I already know what my first two shirts are gonna be. I'm just coming up with the formatting for that, and that's a great reminder. I got to get back in touch with people who I have for that. But that will have to be that for like the party shirt, because my first shirt, when it comes out, hopefully in the fall or winter, will be "Make Heroism Great Again."
Nice.
So Nick, fess up. Where was Comic's hand?
For the same.
It
looks like
That's
a Toxic Tuesday meme if I haven't seen one before, dude.
It's a really Toxic Tuesday meme. Thank you, Max. That is. Anyways, what's up, Courtney? How you doing? Thank you for dropping in. Muhammad said, Jonathan Conroy, and Nick. To answer your question, Keely, no comment, as they do in the news on their interviews. And when will Nick Weiser Razor Fist Spinners with FU Oswald just be available? Well, I'm right out. The problem is I don't have any right to have that type of thing, because the thing is, I'm right on a lot of things, but I have I also have openly stated things that are wrong. Not that I haven't seen Razor did that too. He did a fuck me. I was wrong about Elon Musk owning Twitter. So Razor does have humility to himself. I watched that video, so I can vouch on his behalf on that. Let's just say he's just right a lot more than I am. That's why I don't feel like I deserve that. I don't feel like it's not my place to have something like that. So that's why I don't feel like it's appropriate. Anyways, guys, dudes,
Fantastic Four.
are we ready?
Real quick though, when you're going into Fantastic Four 51, I did not know that I'd missed the part you were going to do that this week, so I didn't read it. But an update from last week when we were talking about Clobby's influence, because this is his number one show. So I had told you guys that I was trying to get number 21 through like 116 Ironcaster. Was it up in the hundreds, if you remember, right?
Now, are you trying to get the entirety of the Jack Kirby run?
Yeah, it was the original starting from 21 up. And
Go on.
I said
I'm
the 50.
I'm getting Fantastic Four 51 upload as you tell us.
Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. I excite. Nick's get excited. So Clobby's influences, I wasn't much of a big Fantastic Four, but remember you guys, I said I'm gonna try. I really want these now, right? Mm-hmm. And I stopped even trying to bid. It was well over 4,000, and I didn't even look to see what the final bid was because I was like, I can't. So it just goes to show, and everybody here and everybody in the chat already knows the old school stuff and the new stuff that Nick and you were talking about. The salvage suit is great. It's Ric Flair, old school, Mike Hammer type stuff, right? Noir, the salvage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there. It's the comic books are still alive and well. And it's because of Clobby. It's because of you guys. It's a lot of other D-Bud and everybody else out there in the chat that I don't have time to mention. They know that we think about them all the time. And that just shows you right there. It's like, holy crap, I got blasted on the bid by a lot. And I didn't even see the end of it. So there you go. Just wanted to throw that out.
No, that's fucking fantastic that you did. What's up, FKHC 2005? I see my bud Andy Masterson. Andy,
Andy,
please shoot me a message. I will try to. I loaded afternoon, but remind me. I'll try to send it Sunday for you. I won't say why, but you know, Andy. I'll send you the details. And Kendon B's been a member for 9 months. Thank you, Kendon. Thank you for being a member and staying one, sir. All right, guys. Let's get into Fantastic Four number 51. This will probably be, I don't know if Pablo or Fenrir will hold it, but at the very least, me and Caster are going to talk about this. And, All right. Max, you guys are like postponing this. Max Redstone for $5 says, I must be off. I am flying to Louisiana in the morning. I wish you the very best in the name of Clobbering Times. Thank you, Max, for the 5. This one goes out to you, sir. And thank you for the 5. You didn't have to do it, especially you're on a trip to Louisiana for Clobby. I will be catching that stream Sunday afternoon. So to Max.
Definitely. To the music, as and Clobby used to say, the music meister.
And he was right. He was always right. And look at that. Retro Nerd Girl's even listening for Clobby. And she don't have to be here for that. But thank you, Retro Nerd Girl. All right, Fantastic Four number 51. I'm going to let Caster lead this off because this probably was his first time reading it. Whereas I've kind of lived with this issue in my lifetime. So, Caster.
So this is actually not my first time reading this book.
Oh, I stand corrected.
In fact, it was because of Clobby that I sat down and I read through the entirety of the Jack Kirby run of Fantastic Four.
Oh, yep. You smart man.
Yep.
Which is a, no pun intended, fantastic run of books. What else can you say about it? Because this is, I mean, there's so much to appreciate here. We'll just narrow it down to this book here. This is, right between two of the best like arcs, story runs of this era, because we are just coming off of the Galactus epic, the introduction of the biggest, most dangerous threat in the universe for some time to come, and this also comes before the introduction of one Black Panther.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I've got that sitting here. You already know I do.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, let's stop to appreciate these first 2 pages alone. These are 2 of the most iconic Thing depictions that have come to comics. It's just so much emotion on display. The first page is we go from this sense of pain and anguish of a man who's looking at his hands as though he let everything slip away. There's nothing there. Going to the saddest thing there is, just standing alone in the rain and nothing but your little tidy blueies.
But there's
and why is that? It's because he feels like he lost the love of his life, Alicia.
Yep.
Nothing else matters. He's still
back.
stuck. He's still stuck in this what he sees as this monstrous form.
And you could play the theme music or the Metallica "Nothing Else Matters" in the background with this screenshot, right?
I'm hooked on the art, and there's another page in this issue that will absolutely twist your mind and show you how incredible Kirby was, man. When you see the machine, and it's basically an impossible structure where you cannot understand where something begins and ends and how everything is almost like a Mobius strip. You cannot really understand the magnificence of this creation. And let me see which page it is. Page 9. If you can scroll.
Go to it. I'll just go to it.
Dude, is absolutely mind blowing.
Dude.
Dude.
Is okay, hold on.
Wow.
Even though I reread this issue today, I still stopped and admired the details.
You have to.
With a reread. Look.
And it's beyond like understanding. Like the shapes of this, you follow certain lines, they seem to fold into nothing. It's like this is the work of a genius who with Reed Richards, who's building machines far beyond our comprehension. We have no idea what this could possibly do unless Reed tries to explain it to you. And even then, it's Reed Richards trying to explain it to you. You still have no idea what it does.
Yes.
No. But I mean, so you have Ben Grimm, who's seeing like the love of his life. Alicia is gone off into the arms of the Silver Surfer, under some misunderstandings on Ben's part. But this is still Ben Grimm will always be the guy who is harshest on himself.
Yes.
Where all it takes is he has to like puff his chest up and call himself the ever loving the thing, the idol of millions. And all it takes is like a comment from one child to say he looks like a monster, and all his pride is gone. It's an interesting story because you're seeing here, Ben, everything's been taken away from Ben. All he is left is this monster, and even then, here we have in the story, even like what he sees as his biggest burden is taken away, the Thing. So he can go back to being a human, and someone else tries to step into his shoes for selfish reasons.
Now, for a quick explanation, could you tell everybody what that thing actually does?
No.
Does it? They don't really explain it though, right?
No.
It's not like
I believe it. Let's see. It lets him like basically open up to a another dimensional pocket.
a portal type thing, right?
To the other sphere, then like is like a negative type of sphere, like an opposite realm.
Oh, something like a negative zone.
I'm purposefully skipping over pages because I
see what
want
you
to
did
say
Did I ask too
certain
fast
art.
for that, or
No. It's let Castle keep going.
sorry? Sorry.
So I think that the best idea is that it's basically going to. He's trying to make a weapon to be able to fight Galactus in case he
Okay.
should happen to come back. And so I'm presuming the idea is they could use this. In theory, they could turn this into some means to then project perhaps Galactus into like the negative zone or into this subspace to be able to just do away with Galactus. And so Reed is like, well, I have to go in. I have to make sure this works. So I'm gonna stay tethered to this to pull me back in. You want to take over with any of this?
Pablo, did you read or no? Otherwise, I will take over for Castle.
I don't have it fresh on my mind because I didn't read it this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that just shows you. Sorry, that Reed's a true scientist here, right?
Oh yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna. He's not
Great
gonna test
posing.
that. He's not gonna use it like Iron Cash said. He's gonna test it, and that's who he is. He's a scientist, and I'm gonna go do this. He's not gonna sacrifice anybody else to do it. The hero side of it as well, too, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Also,
okay.
it shows you a bit of the mentality of the era because the concept of sending a probe was not really something that you will think about. Normally, this is still an era of exploration. This is still an era of trying new things, of discovering the world. Even though we already had planes and it was still some enjoyment on that regard. With all the satellites and all the shit, the taking cameras. You can send a camera through the portal, and that's it. Absolutely fix it. But in this time, somebody had to go, and because somebody had
Yes,
to
the beauty
go,
of these old school stories, the world itself was a complete mystery back then. So
Yes.
they just went with any insanity they could think of and make the world more fantastic.
But
It was
think
great.
about this. In this era, they were doing human experiments on the military, on the US, in real life. Some of those experiments were for going to another dimension because they were really dumb. Also, really high on
Yes.
LSD, but that's an extra stuff.
Well, if it was Doctor Doom, his ass wasn't
Were
going
they
to go in
dumb,
there.
though?
He'd send somebody else.
The government likes to keep secrets, so who knows? Maybe somewhere in another dimension, some sailor boys have already gone to. Just saying.
Makes you think. Maybe they got something done. They got to the mundo. So that's good enough
Yeah.
on my books. But yeah, it was an era. You wanted to see what happened with people on space? Send somebody out.
Yeah, that'll do it.
A few ones returned. The Russians were, maybe we should wait about people. Let's send a dog first. Maybe a monkey. The US, hey, do you have people? Yes. Pack them in.
Oh, we made a monkeys? No, send a person.
What year did this come out, guys?
51.
1966, March of 1966 to be
okay.
specific.
Oh, I was thinking like 70. 74. Okay.
So,
wow.
to kind of get into a little bit more, the crux of this is, of course, Ben Grimm, who's feeling down in the dumps, is going off and kind of like, I just want to kind of he's hating the fact that all of this is his lot in life, and he meets this scientist who drugs him, and due to a similar skeletal frame, having a similar build, he's able to use a invention of his to effectively steal the Thing powers from Ben Grimm, because he's
Not
kind
only
of
the powers,
he's,
also
what's
the
up?
accent.
Oh yeah, that too. And at first he's like, step one is I'm going to be the Thing. Basically, he wants to go and like take Reed Richards' everything. And so for the majority of the issue, the Thing we see is not Ben Grimm. This is someone who's now getting a chance to, I am the monster now, and now he's going to go and see what it's like to stand in the shoes of Ben, to be the Thing, and seeing the great sacrifices and the willingness to risk their lives for the sake of science and for the sake of bettering humanity.
So, for my very first time going to this issue, when I first saw the cover, I was like, is this like the Fantastic Four version of The Thing No More? And in a technical sense, yes, but it wasn't. It was a yes, but it's not. There's definitely a twist to it all. And I was blown away by that, because it's like, okay, I was right, but I was more so wrong than I was right. There is a no more, but it's how I was wrong that obviously balances out the equation, because of the duplication that occurs from a man named Ricardo Jones. And I did not expect that. And, I was reading this issue. I got into this issue at a time where I guess you could say trade formatting of stories was slowly starting to be on the rise. So I'm thinking, oh, this is a big thing. I wonder if we're going to actually, as I'm reading this, I'm like, I wonder if it's going to be resolved in this issue. Surely enough, it does, but it doesn't feel rushed either. It feels very natural. And it's interesting because Ben Grimm, he's going by his day, and he gets invited into his house because he's having that rainy, poury day where he's not happy about who he is until he gets into a house and, oh, hey, look, everything's good. You're safe in this house. You can vent out your frustrations here from Ricardo Jones. And little did he know that his drink got a little bit spiked, we'll just say, for watered down YouTube language. Spiked. And Mr. Jones, not only does he want to use his power to duplicate who the Thing is, not only become his appearance, but even imitate his language. He has a feud that Reed doesn't know with Reed Richards, and he wants to use that to be the guy that gets rid of the Four and be the guy who kind of hurts them from the inside. And he even has an arc that feels like what would be nowadays considered a trade paperback wide arc, but it's all once again condensed to an issue. The Johnny Storm story, it's a small 3-page thing that's just him dealing with college jocks because he's the fire guy. A small, short, entertaining, funny bit. It's a good way of dealing with a subplot. Your subplot should be no more than 30% of your story. It's good that you have this story be the dominant story, because it could have been easy for Reed and Sue to buy into Ben not being Ben, and then eventually figure it out, and then they, fight him or something, and the original Thing comes back, and then they all clobber him together. But this issue goes about wholly smarter. So much smarter. Reed goes in this portal, and he needs Ben to hold on because he trusts him with his life because they've grown up together. And as he's going deeper and deeper into this plane of existence, Ben should be getting the signal, and he's not responding to the signal, and that's freaking Sue out, as she rightfully should. Husband, has a brother. It's a family team, and that's when this guy slowly, as he's kind of spacing out about his string, realizes, oh crap, I'm starting to actually understand why these people are who they are. He starts to understand Ricardo Jones himself. I kind of have some respect for this guy. And now I realize I may have all the power, but I didn't earn this. I didn't have all these achievements that these heroes do. They have everything that they have for a reason because they actually earned it. Looking at you, DEI, back to story.
That's
And
right.
he really realizes how much he screwed up. And I thought, okay, he's going is he going to try to save him? I don't know. Will Reed try to stretch his way into the other side? I was dead wrong because I was thinking as I was guessing. It's one of those very distinct memories of reading this issue for the first time, very distinct, and it ends up being something wholly unexpected. Not Ben, aka Mr. Jones, just tosses him to where he came from. And he sends him back to where he came from, realizing he messed up. I have done this all wrong all my life. Reed didn't deserve this. I was very bad for doing this. He didn't play the victim angle. He realizes what wrong he did and realized I'm going to go out giving my life for them.
But
And
there's something
what?
there. He
there is.
he was thinking about, I want to do the same that Ben Grimm did. I want to be the thing.
Yeah.
And he did exactly what Ben Grimm would have done. He would have tried to save his friend, even if it costed everything to him. So it was perfect. He completed his dream. But he saw reality.
Yeah, great point, Pablo. There's no way Ben's going to let him jump in there unless he just didn't know completely.
That's
right?
because we're talking about actual heroes here.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
It just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. No, you guys are right.
No, that's an excellent point.
I'll try to wrap it up in the next 2-3 minutes. But as it happens, the guy, he basically willingly sacrifices himself. And it actually felt like a genuine moment of I'm trying to redeem myself, and I actually bought his redemption. I felt like, holy crap, somewhere deep down inside, this guy does have a heart. It's wow. If they were to ever do like a one-off, granted, if this issue came out today, if they ever did like a one-off issue, like a side issue where they show what led this guy to have this, well, go on about that. But we're not going on about that. I want to get into the art. This is the issue that made me be, holy crap. Kirby is a fucking god. And I'm going to bring us to those pages very specifically.
Oh, yes, I have forgotten about, yes.
Hold on. Let's just admire this slowly. Reed discovering this world, the 4-dimensional world for him that's 3-dimensional. Wow. Oh, even these panels here. These panels here are great.
It's like an hallucinogenic dream, man.
Kirby did with ink.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that one.
Just circles, and yet it's still amazing.
Yeah.
You summed it up. It's amazing how once again, it's that simple thing, but it's never been made to look more better. Between freaking this guy sacrificing himself, the real Ben coming back, Reed and Sue thought they lost their friend, realizing, oh no, he's here. Let's revel in this victory. But Reed acknowledging this man figured out to do the right thing all along.
Debut Martin had exactly the term that needs to be used for that. Yeah, Kirby College. And is like the Kirby crackling, something that you might expect and something that has been imitated, but never I haven't really
Never
seen.
duplicated
Yeah.
success. Yeah. Often,
Go ahead,
very
say
often
it, say it.
imitated, never
Often
duplicated.
what? How do you say that shit?
Often imitated, never,
Never-
duplicated.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Good job.
There's a lot of techniques that it's almost impossible to replicate. I think the only one that I have seen successfully done is layering. And layering, if you know how Kirby did it, normally when you do layering, you draw each part separated, and then basically you put everything on a light source, and then you draw over in another page. So you get everything perfectly matched, everything in perfect position, and looks how it should, right?
Mhm.
Kirby did it with a pencil in a single page. He didn't even care. He just draw the thing and then draw the layer behind it and the layer behind it and the layer behind it until he did the whole composition and you had Reed Richards moving,
Mhm.
right? But he drew the fist first, then part of the arm. Then he incredibly perfectly calculated the position of the body, even though he didn't know shit about anatomy.
Mhm.
And that's something that he said openly, that he didn't really know a lot of the nuances of drawing, so he just went with the flow. He was making everything fit perfectly, and his technique was layering. And if you have seen one of the ways that we do in current graphic design, a lot of things,
Mhm.
even illustrations for mangakas, for digital comics and everything, it's exactly that. But we have a lot of different pieces of paper, in this case, digital layers, that we position and make everything fit perfect.
Mhm.
He did that on his mind.
Mhm.
So when you are looking at this, you are looking at something that is perfectly calculated, perfectly done,
Mhm.
where every single thing is in the right position to make you lose perspective.
Mhm.
And it's him just freelining, basically. The genius of this man is unmeasurable.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
vision. It's the vision of it, right?
He was an actual innovator. An actual innovator. And this is, yeah, there's a reason why this issue gets the hype it does. There's a reason why you can even just read this story on its own merits. You can read this issue as part of the Lee Kirby run. You can read it as a thing story. It really is the complete package. It really is the complete package. It's one of those comics that this is why, if you ever want to give someone, hey, this is why I love comics, read this issue. It's not just a great Marvel book. It's not a great Thing issue. Great, Fantastic Four. It's one of the all timers for a reason. It is an all time great comic.
It's a book you look at and with shock when you realize this was done in 1968. This was not done with any sort of computers. This was all done by hand.
All done, dude, and without an eraser. That was Kirby's big thing. Was one of his few pieces of advice to other pencilers was ditch the eraser. That comes with a lot of damn risks.
And
But you
how
know
many?
what his valid point is that I'll let you go, Dave.
Oh, sorry.
You
No,
don't
and
worry.
Clobby
It
would bring
helps
this
with
up
the
too.
deadlines.
Like
Go
Kirby
ahead.
was a machine, right? And so,
Oh,
like, how
yeah.
many other
Yes.
projects at this time was he already working? I wouldn't know this. He could probably talk about this for an hour, and I'm sure you guys can as well. He's probably already doing other things as well at this time frame.
He was
Man, you
presenting.
4 pages a day
Yes,
on
exactly.
interiors. 4 pages a day. You
Yeah.
want to know how many times I hear about guys who work on digital, keywords digital, and they barely get through 1 page a
Man,
day?
It's like Phantom was talking about. He's already talking about Ditko and Kirby. And
Oh, yeah.
Phantom's
Oh,
lighting
I
it
have
up
it
in the
highlighted.
chat.
We'll highlight some of
He
these.
knows
Yeah.
his
There
shit.
were
Then
so you can imagine how fast this man worked. There were instances where the guy that used to collect the pages will get there, and he will be handed out not only the pages that he was going for, extra pages for something else.
Exactly, Pablo. But it's like Clobby used to say, but he used to be having, like Nick, you guys affirmed what I was saying or asking, that this is not his not only project. You know what I mean? He's working on other stuff at the same time and has the vision for all of them at the same time.
Oh, he was doing at this time. He was doing covers while he was doing the full pages while he was writing, because there was already some friction with Stan Lee. It was absolute craziness. And if somebody knocked the door, he will still have time to have a talk, to say hi, to sign something. Kirby's wife will open the door and let people in to say hi to Jack Kirby.
I heard about the image conversation when they said they got their blessing from Jack, and they're like, it was like we were getting our blessing from the Pope. Yeah,
I'm gonna put a risk out.
Cookies, they will go ahead, but it was crazy.
Didn't they post Clobby's 0 episode? Did he forgive me if I get this wrong, don't crucify me on this. Didn't he say he met him? Or am I wrong with this?
Oh,
a couple times, right?
Yeah.
Photo and everything.
So for everybody out there, and you guys had mentioned this the other day, and I forget who put this up, and forgive me for that as well. His 0, because you guys talked about how he's like, is this working? Hello?
Yes.
Is this working? Well, it's posted now.
Six dug that up from Midnight's Edge. She dug up his first stream.
0 stream, we call it.
Yeah, the 0 stream. She dug that up and she turned it into a thing for our friend Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge. And when we did our first tribute on Mead, the day after it happened, we played that clip. And I remember I listened to that clip, and
it's rough.
It was rough, but at the same time, there was a part of me that was like, Clobby, even when you think you're not being funny, you still are funny.
It's hilarious.
He really had a great sense of humor, even when he was happy. And then when he was going for funny, it was still funny. He was that rare best of both worlds about this. And man, I can't imagine what we'd probably hear him for another 30 or 40 minutes talk about this issue alone. And we'd all just lock in and listen. I'd be drinking my drink. Casser probably too. And we'd be fine with it. We wouldn't stop it. And then he would apologize. Oh man, I went on too long. Greg, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Shut up, Clobby.
How many times he would stop and say, well, I don't know what I can really say about this. You guys basically already covered everything. And then he would just start going on and keep going.
Yes. Biggest lie ever. He would always add to it. Even when he said recovering, we know that that's not true. Don't lie like that.
He was a passionate man.
Yes. He was not aware of his own modesty.
Yeah. We all know his modesty is epic, right? We don't need it's
skyrocketing.
Epic. And it was just good to see, and I'm glad you had brought this up, Nick, that or was it Ironcast or somebody brought it up, that it even existed and that they put it up. That he actually got to meet the guy, because that was his thing, man. I want to meet these guys, I want to talk to them, and it was nice to know that he actually got to do that with Kirby.
All right, I'm gonna acknowledge a lot of humans in a super chat. What's up, Mr. Angel? By Crom, Conan the Barbarian, Brandon the Anime Guy, just another red shirt. The Basco Scenario, John Platt, hello guys, and Jason Sandberg for $2. Says everyone have a fantastic weekend. I love what you did there. I didn't just see it, but I love it. Thank you, Jason. Good to see you, man. And really quickly, 5 said, Nick, how can they draw more than half a page when they're too busy arguing with fans on Twitter? Yes. That's it. Yes, that's all we need to that. And then RJ Godzilla coming in with the facts. Says the story of this man, this monster actually starts in the last 7 to 8 pages of the previous issue with the surfer leaving. Yes, you are correct on that. Yes, and that explains why when Ben went to Alicia's apartment and that whole story. If you haven't read in the chat, this is why we're urging you to read this issue. Clobby don't love things just to love things. He loved it because he felt something. I read this issue and I felt something. I reread it today, messaged these guys on a group chat telling them that I felt something rereading this issue. Phantom Outsider, could you imagine if Kirby and Ditko ever collaborate on what they... Dude, my brain would... So, okay. You ever see in... I haven't not watched current episodes, but when I was obsessed with season 1 of The Boys, you would see the explosions on the head. That straight up would be what I would look like if I saw those two together, like doing like Doctor Strange. It would straight up, I would die. But, you know, as Matrix Morpheus said in the sequel, that horrible sequel, but there was a moment of clarity before Colonel Sanders showed up where he said, isn't it worth fighting for? Isn't it worth dying for? That moment was. And then Stephen M says, I listened to Clobby's entire Zero Life Street. Dude, I gotta listen. I gotta go back and listen to the entirety of that. I bet it was, dude. I bet it fucking was. So, yes, that is Fantastic Four number 51. Unless any of these other guys got something to add before we move on. Do you guys got something you want to throw in?
I just wanted to pull up because Steve Ditko was mentioned. Just an example of Steve's art.
The man who got better within time. So who got knocked down for being a little bit zany with his stuff. I always liked it even when it was zany, but man, when he grew, it was like he took some of what people felt and he's like, he thought he needed to get better, and he felt like, okay, I'm gonna step up my game. And then he became undeniable for people.
Ditko, okay, this is the big difference between Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. You saw that collage, you saw that panel full of craziness with everything almost taking you away. But it still felt like too unreal, too metallic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's that sensation of too impossible to really imagine. This with Ditko, you can stay in that dimension, you can feel that sensation because he actually gives you dimensions, he actually gives you a position that you can measure from. So when you see everything, you just feel like you are falling into that panel. Mm-hmm. And Doctor Strange is full of that.
The Jack Kirby is like it's with Jack Kirby. It's like he just started playing with the different media, but like he managed to put actual metal into the art itself. Like you can reach out and almost touch that. You can get a tactile.
You can feel the material of the metal. You can feel the material of the metal that was in there. Absolutely. Oh, D-Bud. I caught a glimpse of what J-Man was doing, and dude, he J-Man's killing it, man. Don't tell him because I was lurking, but I listened to a glimpse and I was just like, this son of a bitch. He's stepping up. He wants to fill in the void for our friend. So I love it. Yeah, seriously, our lives are so much better because of it. Seriously, I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm thinking maybe in a few weeks we'll maybe next month we'll do whether it's FF22 or maybe FF number 1, maybe FF number 8, and I'm by those we're either target first issue, first appearance of Puppet Master, debut line of Clobber in Times, the quote. I have signature issues I want to highlight at least once a month.
We actually have to do something more important, and it's something that is a bit of a tradition that needs to keep going. Kirby month.
Oh, August. We'll at least do 1 or 2 shows for that. We'll at least do 1 or 2. We'll do a Kirby show. We'll fill in that void. We'll definitely fill in that void for him. And also, that's also because that was when the first Fantastic Four debuted in August. So, just saying. So, we're going to fill that void in nicely. Marvel won't celebrate the FF properly, but we'll do it ourselves. And Devon, you're in. That's it.
Oh, great.
22.
You
That's
know
right.
that you're in.
Right.
Yeah.
He showed that.
Yeah.
Last
Yes.
week, didn't
That's
he?
a
I remember
no-brainer.
that now.
All right.
Grr.
Every time we have a debut that he shows his comics, it's like, oh, I'm mind blown.
I know, right? I'm like, oh yeah, the 21 through 116's on sale. And he's like, oh
Yeah.
my god. I'm like, oh man.
We'll do a Superman thing or 2 as well. Don't worry. We're still due to cover some Superman on here, so that only helps. So yeah, we will.
We need to delve into some more DC in general.
Yeah. Oh, do we ever? I was talking to Andrew briefly, Mr. Andrew Rodriguez of Ripperverse, and I was like, no, we got to talk some Flash soon. And Andrew, if you're out there, trust me, we're gonna cover the Flash, and I do want to get into some Green Lantern. I want to get into some Superman. Like, we'll get there. We will get there. And that's another man we got to bring on too. We do got to bring him back. Not only was he a part of him and Stone Loki's roundtable, but he's just a good dude in general who knows his comics. Holy crap. 24, and also he's one of the ultimate purists of periodicals, which is the funniest thing. I can already hear him in his voice giving me shit.
No, man, you gotta get rid of them trades.
Yeah, get rid of them trades. What you doing there?
That ain't real comics.
I can straight up hear him now because he had that perfect, deep Barry Manilow voice. I love it. Oh yeah, I got to reach out to that man. Maybe I'll even reach out to him after the show and see if I can try to get him on within the next few weeks because he does deserve to be on here, guys. So, anyways, I'm gonna get my mini haul and show it off for you guys because of some of the stuff I got over at Dallas Fan Expo. So, this will take about 1 minute.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Sorry.
Phrasing?
Phrasing, just a little.
Wait. Fenrir, have you seen Blazing Saddles?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
3 times today.
I thought we were about to have to kick you for a second there.
Oh, God damn it. I entered on
No books is
Steam
best.
because I don't know, reflexes. And I see that the DLC for Elden Ring is out. I made my choice last week. I went to a Magic the Gathering event.
Wow.
I cannot
Nice.
afford the goddamn game with the DLC. And I have the physical copy of Elden Ring for PS4. My PS4 is dead. So I cannot play the DLC. And I cannot play the game because I don't have it for PC. And
So, at present, at present I gotta go upgrade my PC because like mine just currently cannot run Elden Ring. Like it runs, but it is slow, and I'm just like, this is not a good experience. I need to do some upgrades and finally like get around to learning to upgrade a PC. So
that's a skill that actually is really useful. I always think about this. If I went to the US, I could be a handyman and I will actually make money because I know how to repair computers. I know how to repair basically any machinery that does deal with computers. Plumbing, electricity work, although I will have to have the right credentials. So I guess I will spend a lot of money getting all the certificates. But when you grow poor, you have to learn how to survive. And my grandfather, we went. He wasn't even poor. He actually was someone important to society, unlike me. And he still teach me how to do all that carpentry and all that, because he was like, if one day you are alone, you will die. So I teach you how don't. And fishing, hunting, cooking. It was a
Dude,
good.
you should like. I take it back about your place being a superhero place. You should rent it out like a villain palace or something back there. The way you were describing it, perfect, man. You got the jungle on one side, you got the volcano on the other. Sounds perfect.
Have I ever told you?
You can tell which frogs are safe to lick by taste alone.
Oh, I have at least one.
Sea tundra, you'd probably get a lot of villains to join in.
I have at least one species
love
that you
those.
can use for that, and I have one species that if you lick it, your body will get fully paralyzed. You will still feel everything. You will be fully conscious, but no muscle can move because it relaxes the muscles to a point where the brain can no longer control anything. So actually, they tried to use that as an anesthetic on the US.
Oh no!
And then they discovered that people still feel everything. Yeah, after the fact. As I say, the 60s was a fun time. Anyway,
they two things. Themselves?
No, they tried to do operations using Sansa. No, not Sansa. Curare.
But if they lose control of everything, did they poop themselves?
Yeah, some people did. But it's called curare. You can actually find the frog, and it's a beautiful, beautiful frog.
Those are the ones you don't lick, right?
Those are the ones that you don't lick. No, but the crazy dude, I have seen a condor flying over the city, and you know how big a condor is, right? 4 meters long.
You can get like 10, 12 feet at least.
Wait,
right? The
condor,
a real condor.
Yeah. That's why I love the condor, because
they're
I have
like,
seen real condors.
They're like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Right?
So let me translate 4 meters to feet.
About 16 feet.
1, 2.
Yeah,
no,
it's like at 10 feet sounds small. To real like California
13 feet.
They're huge.
Yeah, they are huge. People together, that's the wingspan. So you get an idea. Sorry.
Question, where is Richard Ryder? I don't know. I don't know, boo boo. We gotta find out where that is.
Yeah, I have seen those beasts flying over, because they go. They have a hunting ground on the Pichincha, and it's literally next to the city. So they will venture into the city, and you will just see a shadow on the sky, a huge shadow on the sky. Dude, this
shadow.
Things are black, man. Look like vultures, but crazier. And it is my country's national beer, because we like things that are really big and can kill you. So I don't know. We're fun people. No, but there's stories about condors taking dogs or even children.
Fun to me though, Pablo. Volcanoes and bugs and huge birds that can eat you.
Oh, have I told you when I was a kid on the 2000 something, maybe in the 90s, I don't remember if it was before the war or after the war, where the volcano erupted, and we just saw a big cloud coming from basically outside of the city. It was a big fungus cloud, and then we have to take shelter for, I think it was 3 weeks, because the ash was so goddamn toxic that if you inhalated too much, you will die. So you had to stay inside while the ashes were falling.
Ooh.
Jesus.
All right.
Good Lord, man.
I'm going to show off my small but badass haul. I'm going to start off with the first, almost unrecognizable thing, and I'm going to read it finally tomorrow. So there's a gentleman named Drew from YouTube channel Weird Science Comics. They've been at it for quite a while now. A lot of those guys at the Weird Science crew are frequent panelists on West from Thinking Critical's Comics Aficionados. Drew is making a comic, and he gave me a copy, a preview edition of Unholy Nightmare right here.
Oh,
What?
okay.
I can't wait to finally read this.
That's a face.
And we will have him on most likely probably around September because he does want to do a second chance for this comic campaign. So we got to know each other.
Yes.
We talked over alcohol. It was great, and I can't wait to have him on. And it means I get to take away from Max's show for one night. So that's going to be an honor. And honestly, even though I'm not familiar with X-Men, I'll admit I bought this for the novelty, and it's got the most super exaggerated 90s art. But if I end up enjoying it, that's a fat ass bonus as well. Here, I'll zoom in.
Cable.
I had a
Yep,
feeling.
cable,
Cable was
yep.
gonna be
I
involved.
admit I bought this for the novelty. I'll admit it. I just was like, if I enjoy this, bonus.
Well, we all know you bought it because it's a first issue collectible item.
You know, this is the only
That's the reason I got it.
there's two characters that they have nailed on screen. One is Deadpool, the other one is Cable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cable was spot on. Some of the banter with Deadpool,
Mm-hmm.
I swear it felt like you were reading the comic.
Yeah, I agree. Especially, I do like the Joe Kelly run. That probably actually might be the only run I like as far as a run of Deadpool. All right, and as I've admitted here, to me, it's not even admit. It's just me being truthful. The only two runs of Bendis-led comics, I know Bendis is Sigma, and for good reason because it's legitimate, were Daredevil and Jessica Jones, aka when it was just called Alias. 2000 01 through 08, something like that. I never got Daredevil number 66, so I finally got it. Alex Maleev on the cover, and he does do the interiors as well. And I feel like this, when I got into Bendis at this time, I thought, wow, his Daredevil and Alias are really good books. This guy's got a bright future. You want to talk about how wrong I was a few years later? I say this still as an admirer of this run. I've gone back and I could say I could reread this and still enjoy it. Dude, still love this, and Alias as well. But man, I'm still very resentful of what he did to Superman. Still resentful. Will not. Yeah, that. And of course, issue 65 as well. This is
Another
a
great cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a good cover.
I think this was a Greg Land cover. I know he's got his history of being accused of being a tracer. Whether that is, I couldn't tell you. I'm not a drawer, so I couldn't tell you. But also, I found a few cool magazines. Shop in 5 picoseconds. One of them.
Oh, here we go. Oh man.
Oh.
Damn it,
I
Nick.
wanted to ask you guys define tracing, because most of the comic book artists that basically do the
Let's open this one up and see who wrote it.
They do the outlines of what they want to do on the page, and then they have to trace over. And most likely they will use some pieces of some magazine or some shit like that to get some of the poses, some of the hand movement. That's quite normal. The issues when you go like current Marvel, that you can see that they didn't change anything. They basically just traced over something that was already completely done. and they are trying to basically pass down that as their own art.
Yes, Pablo. You're right.
Okay. I picked up a damn good issue, and I only caught the credits of page 2. So initially, I bought for 2 things. 1, the cover. 2, it said Treachery on Torch plus A Tale of King Cole. So I was like, okay, cool. I want to know more about Cole. And so I was like, easy sell. So before I show it off, because there's a great splash, I'm going to read off the credits. Roy Thomas as writer, John Buscema as
there it is.
Ernie Chan as inker and embellisher, Diana Albers as letterer. And because we get these nice extra large.
Dude.
Dude.
I have one of those. You guys know this too.
That composition, man.
Sweet man. I mean, just look at the muscles.
I know. Dude,
Not only that, the positioning of the background. If you did it any other way, you will lose a lot of the attention on the muscles. You can concentrate on, for example, the leg on Conan, on the leg, because you don't really get distracted by the table.
Dude, I love the guy that's snoring here, passed out drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, how classic bar scene is Conan in just with that picture right there, man?
Yeah.
I can't wait to read this. Now that I was already going to read this, but now that I know who's involved, that just sped up my process, which is crazy because the Savage Sword of Conan #3 and Titan comes out next week, and you got the main story by Frank Thierry. Pretty good writer. He's done stuff like Lobo, but it's gonna be drawn by Carrie Nord, the main story. So if you don't know who Frank Thierry is, you should know Carrie Nord, and at that point, you have no excuses. Carrie Nord doing Conan and Tears again for the main story. Fucking sold. And then I got a Cole magazine. Issue 19. Thulsa Doom, because that's a Cole villain. Dude.
Yeah, just what it has Thulsa Doom on it. You got to get that, right?
Yeah.
The cover.
I like because the cover's killer.
The cover.
Well,
I was thinking,
awesome.
it reminds me to, when you used to get the novels with those kind of covers. Not comics, but the pocket novels, the really cheap novels, like pulp, but also the romantic ones and everything. Used to have this kind of covers.
Say that again. Sorry.
Have you ever read a pulp novel or one of those pocket novels that they used to sell of mystery or fantasy?
I have not.
No, okay. Maybe 50s to 70s, they used to have these mini books that were just mystery novels or fantasy novels or some shit like that. And they used to have covers just like this that look exactly like this, even with the pose, with the girl in that position and the brute showing the sword, and then you get the villain on the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly that. It's perfect.
Yeah, dude.
This so killer. I will make sure I have these read for next week's show, and I'll show off more art. We'll straight up have brogasms about it, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be diabolical. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be wonderful.
Dude, if you're gonna go into Savage Sword of Conan, it's gonna definitely be huge.
Oh, it is. And now I get some Cole as well on top of it. And once again, plus epic adventure with swashbuckling Solomon Kane as well. Because I've gone now into the Solomon Kane well, which for those who didn't catch my show from Dallas, I got my first ever Solomon Kane trade right before the con, written by Scott Ellie, drawn by Mario Guevara. This is from Dark Horse Comics in 2009. And this is a cover by Mike Mignola. As you all know, Hellboy guy, Mike Mignola.
Hellboy.
And dude, this trade here I love this trade. I really enjoyed the Castle of the Devil.
Ooh.
And there is also a backup story on top of it, but let me get some sweet.
Hey, Nick, is that like a trade that's like 1 out of 3, or is that a full series run right there?
Full mini series.
Full series. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Nice.
just want to show off
Very
Nick?
nice.
toxicity.
If you can you just share my screen just for a second?
Yes, that'll give me time to find a toxic page. Perfect.
This is the kind of covers that I'm talking about.
Oh.
No, you get what I'm saying.
I know
It's
exactly
Franzetta.
what you
It's
mean.
almost a little bit of
It's
Franzetta.
it does
a
look Frazetta-y.
little bit touch of other.
I don't
Some
know what that
older
book's about,
guys.
but I need to read it now.
Yeah,
Yes, right. No, it was exactly that, because
Benry,
these
you're gonna be
books
all
will
over
be
this
sold
too, right?
on newsstands, on the train stations and such, or in airports. So basically, you had a long trip ahead of you, or in bus stations and such. So you had a really big trip ahead of you, and you needed something to get entertained. You will buy one of these books, and it was meant for you to get in your pocket. So literally, it was a disposable book with some cheap either romance or fantasy novel that was like popcorn, right? Well, most pop magazines had way more structure and were better. These ones were really crappy.
Really?
Yeah, but the covers were really impressive, so you will buy them.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
it will
cover
look
knows
like
how to
something.
lure you in.
Yeah, it looks so cool. I need to buy this, and you will read it and throw it on the garbage when the trip was over. So yeah, that was the idea of these books.
Wow, talk about know how to lure you in. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got great pages of straight up toxicity to show off. Right. Yep. So okay, we'll show off a few. So first one right here, dude. Look at the way he slits that guy's face.
Dude.
Absolutely brutal. Straight up Solomon Kane. You want to talk about? I was like, damn, this guy don't hold back. And here we go again.
And the dialogue
Sweet.
is nothing keeping the dialogue out so you can just enjoy the action.
Even the wolf and
Yeah,
the
the
horse are
Blades
head to
fights
head.
are the best.
Dude, I am now someone who cannot wait to read so much more of Solomon Kane after this.
Hey, this is
Look at the
almost
guts
like
spilling out.
Nick, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking Savage Sword of Conan type stuff, right? Which is
It's as
Updated
savage
and-
as Savage Sword of Conan.
yeah.
Look up Solomon Kane, the Castle of the Devil. To all 30 plus of you in the chat, thank you again for being here.
Holy cow.
Seek this shit out. I cannot. I'm on my reread of this right now. I'm halfway through my reread of this. You fucking want this.
You know, there's not enough green in the chat. So let's see what we can do.
Oh God. You ought to do that, Dave. We're just here to hang out, be
Let's
friends.
just it's number 1, so I don't give a damn. I'll go donate some blood or something.
My LCS has a massive collection of Savage Sword and Sunny. You know what you need to do, 5? You need to buy that, as much of it as possible. I'm going to be a bad influence here openly. You need to buy as much as possible. And if you can, get a camera on. So if you don't have to show off yourself. You can just show up here and show off those magazines that you got.
And
Just
then
saying.
you need
And
to mail
then-
them to Nick. 'Cause
Oh.
That's freaking hilarious.
Oakley said, Savage Sword Conan is one of childhood faves. Still don't know why my father let a 7-year-old read Conan. I think it's safe to say we all know why a father let a 7-year-old read Conan. He wanted his son to become a man.
Damn right.
And
Is Conan in this chat? Is he still here?
Oh, yeah, right. Conan can vouch on that. And Kingsport Cal, what's up, buddy? I have not read Red Sonja at Dynamite, so I couldn't tell you. See, you know it's something. You know it is. So you might as well, kind of just do it. John Platt, before I acknowledge the gifted thing. Nick, when you are reviewing comic book runs, could you cover Barry Windsor Smith's Weapon X-Ray? That's such great fun. And a BW, but yeah, Barry Windsor Smith does a fantastic job. Ryan Joint. We will do Weapon X.
Yeah, it was on the list.
We might even do Weapon X a lot sooner than you think, John. You must be new around here. If you've been around here longer, I apologize for not noticing you. But trust me, we had a discussion a few months back about Weapon X. It's going to come. And it's going to come soon. Brace yourself.
But
Snickety snick.
Ironcaster's got this whole Destro thing that you've been holding back on tonight.
We're gonna get to that.
I'm waiting, man.
Next.
I can't keep up with you guys. I just can't do it. What I said backstage for everybody in the chat is I'm actually gonna have to start scheduling this like college classes to like, okay, this is gonna be. I've got to go back and do the Transformers image, right? Then I got to go back and do some ISOM. But you guys know from last week, and well, knowing me, I'm getting old school. The whole Clobby thing. Oh, dude, God, dude,
he's ready.
But I can't. I want to. I want
good. That's good. He's ready. That's good.
Yeah, I want this new stuff too.
All right, Dave C, who's a subscriber and a friend, and also on the panel to my left, for some psychotic reason, sends in five huge memberships. You crazy man!
No, listen, man. Listen, look. This is the number one. And I told you guys backstage that it's an absolute freaking honor to be here with you guys. And Ironcast is probably tired of me kissing ass at this point, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep doing it because you invited me on here for number one, and it literally, I was just like, "Holy shit, are you serious?" I texted. I was like, "What?
Man.
Wow,
question."
So I'm like, there's people here that we've known for a long time. There's people here we've known for a short time, and I'm like, they're not green. They're not green. So let's get this number one rocking and rolling. And it's not that I was like trying to show off or anything. You guys know that. I
know you do. You're not.
Yeah, I just wanted to do that for a few people out there that had been around or even knew. You know, that was it. So I am a little bit psycho, but that's okay.
I appreciate your thoroughness and honesty, sir. No, hey, we love having you on. Once again, you've been here since way back when with this, when it was the original name, when there was not even 5 people listening. You were here then, man. You're like D-Bud. You two are like the unofficial 6th and 7th members of this thing. You guys, we bring you in
like
for
Spider-Man
that.
and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
dude, if I could have snagged that Ironcaster, oh my god,
that's a really good
man. Oh, and Nick knows, and you guys don't know. I keep in contact with him about Amazing Spider-Man. Constantly.
The stuff this man alerts me on.
Oh my god, dude! And if you think that Fantastic Four went for 4,000 or something, I showed him the other. What was that? It was below 50, right, Nick? And I had mentioned it several weeks ago, and it went well over 6. I mentioned this last week, I think, right?
You did, but still worth mentioning again.
It went for well over 6,000.
Damn.
No, yeah, Pablo Fenrir. I'm not even joking here. So when I keep talking about these old comics, they're gold, man. They're gold, and not just for flipping and stuff, for us. people
Okay,
in the chat.
let me tell you this.
Cool, bro.
This is something that I have been thinking a lot out of late, especially because of Clobby. Just go ahead and enjoy something beautiful. I know sometimes you think is too out of your reach because maybe money's tight or maybe it's not the right moment. Then wait. But get in your mind that you will get it and actually try to save for it, actually go for it. Because that enjoyment, that love that you will have for whatever you chased, will mean more than any money that you could have in your pocket.
Yeah.
And I mean it. That moment when you can sit with your friends 10 years later and talk about that thing and enjoy it, is that conversation piece? That's why you pay for.
Hey Pablo, dude, that sentiment is amazing. We weren't laughing. There was a comment that.
Oh, yeah. No
Oh,
worries.
he's a-
I was
obviously that
containing my
directed
laugh.
towards you.
Be honest.
So, I text Nick also that I have the Inhumans original coming in,
Oh.
and then
You want
I've
to show
got-
it off?
No, it hasn't come yet. Remember, you missed that
Oh
one.
yeah, yes, that's right.
I'm kind of pissed.
It's
it didn't
gonna
make
come.
it this week. It will come. Caster.
Debut,
And
if
then
you
I want
can,
forever people. Forever
Yes.
people is what I want.
You have unbreakable skin, so easy.
Debut, if you can get the afro, yeah, why not? Luke
Oh.
Don't
Cage
forget
is
the
awesome.
chains,
No,
man.
better than the
need the
afro, the
chains.
tiara.
Oh yes.
The tiara.
Fucking D-Bud is lighting it up, dude.
Luke Cage, man. Ah.
The first season of that wasn't too bad.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it
decent.
was.
The first
no, it
season
wasn't,
was pretty
but
good.
It should have just been a Power Man and Iron Fist show from the beginning.
Yeah.
It
It
would
really
have been
should have.
Yeah.
like, especially like the fact that the Luke Cage writers respected Iron Fist more than the Iron Fist writers of the Iron Fist show, not respecting Iron Fist should tell you something. Because when you watch that, even as not as great as season 2 was, that one episode absolutely nailed the dynamic of those two. Luke is the enraged, more reactive. Danny Rand is the more zen. Hey, we got this, man. Chill out. We're going to do this. And I felt it. It reminded me of those early Power Man and Iron Fist issues. I was like,
Look, the thing about
where
Power
the
Man and
fuck
Iron
are
Fist,
these writers? Why are they not touching the Iron Fist
look,
show?
dude, the
when
thing
they
about these
actually
two
get it?
characters, people don't get. They're great singularly. Yeah, they can work singularly, but they're really at their best when they're together, man. It
Oh,
just
cool.
can't be any other way.
Heroes for hire, man.
Ugh.
Heroes for that's the
You're right,
the sweet
Fenrir.
spot.
You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I hate that they later try to make them the defenders because it generates too much confusion. And sometimes I want to recommend the defenders, and people are, I'm not into Iron Fist. No, okay, fucker.
No,
Stop.
Surfer, the whole
Doctor Strange,
I really hate
Valkyrie,
they watered it down so
and
much.
Namor. Dude,
I
Doctor
actually-
Strange, Valkyrie, and Namor.
mean
That's all you need to know. The Hulk being there is awesome.
And sometimes Nighthawk.
And a couple of times Ben Grimm because he was tricked into going in the mission or he was just tagging along because Doctor Strange is an asshole. That actually happens. He takes people.
No more than Iron Man.
Hey, you need to come in this fight. Why?
That's funny.
I don't know. You are already on the fight.
The Defenders is so weird, guys. It's like I can't so King's Portal mentioned in the chat, and then Clobby brought this up. I think he liked the Defenders, right, guys?
the show. I can't remember what
The comics, the Defenders,
the
Clobby
comics,
loved
yes.
it. Yeah.
But then, of course, later on, I think it dropped. I actually have the whole. Run. I was just before D-Bud beat me to it because he's still in him in King's Portal, and it was like those are one of those like kind of runs.
At the end, yes. At the beginning, the Defenders is absolutely incredible, and I mean it. There's a couple of team ups that they had on Marvel that were really good. But the thing about the Defender is that they were not really a team. They were obligated, right? They were cursed. So if the fight start, they will be pulled into the fight. That was it. And because of that, it was more like a necessity, a battle for survival, than just teaming up, and made it way cooler, way more interesting. And because of the forces that goes with Doctor Strange, it was more metaphysical also. So you had a chance to explore some of the weirder side of Marvel. Normally, with at least if you go into the Earth heroes, you lose a lot of the magical side. You still have some of the cosmic, and the cosmic is also really cool. But the magical side is absolute craziness. And having all that in the Defenders make it special. Then at the end, kind of tapers down, and it becomes a bit repetitive, but it's still a really good run. I will say the Defenders is absolutely fantastic.
I agree.
Pablo,
Strongly.
you're on point with it. It's the variety, right, guys? I mean,
Yes,
holy
they
crap!
were.
You got the
Screw whatever
mystical.
Netflix was trying.
Yeah. Well, whenever they did, well, I can't. Let's not,
Oh yeah,
let's
but
not
they
get into
did.
Cowboy
Yeah,
Bebop. Let's not go there, right, Ironcaster?
they did
Ironcaster, you and I need
Heroes
to
for
do a stream
Hire.
on this so we can just
No.
rant for
Why would you
freaking
why would you
fucking
invoke that
hours.
cursed name?
And let's not even. I'm like, ooh, look, I got chills already. Just
Here's the thing: if you're ever gonna do a TV show involving Luke Cage or Danny Rand, the only show you should do is Heroes for Hire. The first 2 episodes explain their origins. The rest is them together.
You don't
Nothing
even
more.
explain. No,
Hey.
you don't even explain. You start with a fight. They are fighting somebody,
point.
and you never stop to explain shit until the very end when they are like, "Motherfucker, you still owe me money,"
Good point.
and you didn't say anything else. It was the whole adventure, the whole kicking ass. It was because somebody owed money to the other, and that's it. And you don't need more
Oh no, if it was
explanation.
me, I would have done the whole thing, them invading Latveria, because Doctor Doom does owe Luke Cage some money.
Yep.
What?
That was actually the
What?
story I was going to bring up.
Really? Is that what
Yeah.
you're?
Yeah,
Yeah, that happened.
yeah, Doom
Is that
owes
actually
Luke money.
happening, guys?
Yeah.
Holy shit! That's so freaking hilarious.
It
Oh
is.
no, Heroes for Hire. You have to read it, man.
You should read. It's essential.
All
reading.
right.
What's up, my buddy Picasso? He gave a hand gesture.
Oh, that's a,
Kingsport Kelsey found this job because of Geary. Was it what show was it? Did he mention it? Tell me where's where did the rabbit hole start for you, buddy? And then John Platt gifted a membership. And it looks like Oakley Vandal benefited from my thing's not telling me if it's huge or balls to the wall, so we're just gonna play both clips. So
Huge.
yes, you're going to that show, right, Nick?
I will most likely go because I know they're doing that tour and they're playing with KK's Priest September 7th.
Oh,
It's like a perfect
nice.
pairing because it's like holy crap, yeah, Accept and you got KK's Priest because that's KK Downing's new band. Since he left Priest many years ago that he made with Tim Owens, who did the 90s Priest albums. So you get Ripper Owens with KK Downing, and that's a really good pairing. Like if you're in the chat and you don't know KK's Priest and you want more metal live, please listen to KK's Priest. And of course listen to New Accept because Humanoid is absolutely killer as well. So yeah. Yeah, I think outside of that show, and then of course Exciter and Midnight late July will be my 2 or 3 shows, and then of course Anthem and Madison. But please, folks, yeah. I can't wait for KK Sprees. I can't wait for Exciter and Midnight. Oh man,
Excite. I love that shirt because your hair always blocks the R, and I always make fun of it with the Baron Cohen. I excite.
Excite. The Exciter shirt. Yeah, dude. Yeah, my Exciter shirt. Yeah, I can't wait to see. I saw Exciter in Houston last year. Whew. And I've seen Midnight 900 times, so that's just like, oh hey, I get to see friends again, type of thing.
Brother, I wish I could take you to a show here in Ecuador. And I don't mean a proper concert. I mean one of those that they do on a bullfighting pit, where you actually get drunk in a way that you can even imagine. And then you hear heavy metal play by guys that love it so much that you can see the blisters on their fingers.
Dude.
And they are rocking so hard, and you are so drunk, and everything is so awesome. And then you leave, and it's like, it smells like weed.
Them drugs, man. Them drugs. Okay, this is a really
You can't
notable
be a real
comment.
musician without at least trying it once.
Well, of course. You're right on that. But Kingsport Cal has a comment here. Says, I'm watching Keith and Gary's Pop Culture Mind Feed. You was in the chat, so I like an idiot check. Well, hey, if that makes you an idiot, then you're the best idiot who's ever come here. So thank you for not only subbing, because it's easy to see someone show up in a chat and see them commenting and you sub, but you never check them out. It's easy because that's honestly, that happens a lot. A lot of people, they'll sub just to support the channel, but they don't ever actually check it out. So the fact that you even come here as frequently as you do, that is fucking awesome, dude. So this one goes up to you, man. Thank you, Kingsport Cal. And the guys don't have to do those ones. If they want to, they can. But I'm just, the fact that you actually did, you subbed it out after. You could have easily just subbed and never watched anything again. It's kind of like when I had like X-Ray Girl on for Toxic Tuesday, or Razor Fist on more recently. These are people who they brought some people on who, caught those streams, and you always think, will at least one come back. I can say from both those shows, at least someone came back since then. I'm fucking lucky for that. So here's to you, buddy.
Dude.
Nora and Alters, I won't do anything to make you wear pants. That's not my life. I'm not about that life. I'm in my Cookie Monster. Dude,
you wear what you want to wear, bro.
Yeah, I'm in my Cookie Monster pajamas right now as we speak. My Cookie Monster pajamas are awesome. So,
I was thinking of remember talking about nostalgia. Holy shit! You want to talk about underwear? Remember Underoos?
I said I never had.
Who's holding? Oh god, I'm showing my age.
I know
now,
about them.
Right?
I never actually owned them.
I have seen them. Yeah, I have seen
them.
Man, come on. Where's the old people in the chat? D-Bud, where are you?
I have seen
just
the
another red shirt. Sorry.
No,
every time. Yeah, no. There's a whole era when you go to comics and the ads are on the roofs.
Yeah, I mean, and it touches on comics. This is a comic thing, Nick. So if you can actually pull this up online,
it was superhero.
This is a superhero. This falls in line with what we're doing tonight, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not like totally wrecking anything. I hope.
No,
but we're talking superheroes. Yep.
Well, we're going to be talking. Caster had some recommends he wanted to throw his way, and then we can get into Destro.
Hell yeah.
I'll even do deep. Oh,
yes.
Hey, oh, look at that. Okay, Dave. Yes. Retro Nerd Girl.
Oh my god. Yes.
Okay, you set the chat off. You did.
I got him going.
You got. Hey,
freaking underwear.
I appreciate that, man.
No worries, dude. I just nostalgia, man. I always talk about it.
All right,
Ironcaster.
What are you recommending?
So this is a short list. This is a we'll call it a rapid fire list of about 4 or 5 books that are on my radar that are coming out within the next month and a half that I thought would be worth kind of bringing up. Of course, first and foremost is Elric the Necromancer, which is a continuation of the kind of off and on bande dessinée Elric comics.
Oh, okay.
Julian Blondell is writing this with art by Jean-Luc Cano.
Okay.
And this will be a 4-issue miniseries and from Titan Comics.
Oh, and from Titan.
And of course, we gotta show off a couple of the variant covers.
Yeah. I like
personally though. I think I'm going for the cover A on this one.
Okay.
Can you return to the previous one?
Oh,
Did he spot toxicity there that he couldn't ignore?
No.
This one?
No. You were on the right one. Yeah.
Okay.
Think Eldrazi.
Oh, that is good.
Oh,
that is
yeah.
A good cover. All right, Pablo.
You can see Ulamog breaching the multiverse.
Now, mind you, these aren't all necessarily going to be high recommendations, but they are on my radar for various reasons, such as, of course, for our dear friends here in the chat, such as, of course, D. Bud Martin with The Rocketeer.
Oh, nice.
Stephen Mooney is the writer on this one with Stas Johnson doing the art. And this will also be a 4-issue miniseries with them over in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And much like so many of the other ones.
Okay, I'll admit I'm concerned about the Rocketeer ones because it doesn't have Dave Stevens' name on it. I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah,
how do you do Rocketeer
I agree
without
with you
Stevens?
on that one.
The covers are cool. I'll say that. But I've seen some great covers from guys like Mike Mignola, John Cassaday, Chris Samney, and it's not been my boy.
Yeah.
It's just not worth the risk anymore.
Oh, let Casser finish his thought.
This will, real quick, Elric will be out on July 17th.
Okay.
And this Rocketeer will be out a little sooner on July 10th.
Okay.
Really soon.
I've got about 3 more if you want me to go ahead and go through these real quick.
Of course. No, go through them. Please, seriously, go through them. Don't rush yourself either.
Okay. So next is a book that I've been kind of, we gotta have a little bit of toxicity in our lives now and then.
Oh,
and
right.
Forever and
the comic shop is certainly no stranger to this. And one particular book that's kind of been on my radar because, well, what can I say? I'm a sucker for chicks with swords, and that would be Witchblade.
Wait, that sounds really, really bad.
Wait, Witchblade, is that Michael Turner old stuff? Is that the old?
Wasn't that originally a Mark Silvestri thing?
Yes, he is the co-creator of it.
Silvestri.
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought that was old Michael Turner. Isn't that Michael Turner cover art? Ironcaster?
Oh, this might be. Let me
come on, man. That Michael Turner is one of my
Mark Silvestri and RF.
That's Michael
Toronto.
Turner, I think. Somebody help me out here. The main layout with her
could be
Soulfire.
It's a good cover. And Retro Nerd Girl, I got mentioned as Retro Nerd Girl. Retro Nerd Girl. If you're ever, because I know you cover movies, if you ever were willing to check out something based off a movie that you noticed, the Rocketeer comic that has the name Dave Stevens. Read.
We did a show on that one, right?
We did a show on that one. I'm thinking about doing this summer. I might do like a special show, a one-off show, because obviously it's not really a toxic movie. I might do a show talking about the movie itself because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. But for that comic, Dave Stevens' run is worth it. You could find it on Amazon too if you want. I can't stress enough how fun this comic is. And Clobby, we did 2 there, right? That's how special. Yes. Yeah, we had to go 2 shows with this one. It was worth it. It was some of our best at the time. That was some of our best watched shows at the time when we had done those Rocketeer comics. Oh, man, now I'm excited. Now I want to watch the movie now.
I know. We get excited.
Oh yeah. All right, Cat. So carry on. I'm shutting
No,
up.
Iron Cat's just gotta be going now, man. I'm pumped.
So this is gonna be something of an origin story for the character. This is coming out. What I have July 17th as well. So a lot of these are within the next month. So there is a few reasons to get out to the comic shop. Obviously these aren't out yet, so I can't exactly guarantee that they're going to be the bestest books ever, but they are something that I think will be worth going out to the comic shop to go check out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 left, and
Okay.
then
Don't rush
then we
yourself,
can-
man.
Dude, dude.
Hey,
Don't rush it,
I
man.
like
This
that
is
you're
smooth.
taking
I
over.
like it.
You know I love it when you take over. It means I get to drink more.
So because
Honest.
I think that there's a few kind of legacy franchises that are worth paying attention to and are starting to make more of a approach into the West. There are, of course, some legendary anime series out there that have had some adaptations and attempts to bring them over to the West. And one of them has gone by other names, but of course, I think for the real fans, the OG fans, of course, there's Gotcha Man.
Oh, nice.
D-Bud, I think this one's all up your alley.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll wait for that debug response.
We'll be
It looks
careful
like
with
the
that.
G-Force. Is that G-Force?
Oh,
In a way,
You know the cartoon G-Force, or is that influenced by G-Force?
the thing, Gotcha Man is one of those is a legacy anime series that helped to influence so much that this is a really pivotal, important series out there in the realms of anime. Was it Battle Beyond? Not Battle Beyond the Stars. I can never remember what the American name for the series was when it came over here. This has Colin Bunn as the writer, with Chris Batista as the artist. Carlos Lopez will be doing the colors, and the letters will be by Buddy Bowdoin. This is coming out from Mad Comic Studios, which is a series I'm not as familiar with, or is a comic company I really don't know much about, but they got the Gotcha Man license. This did come out earlier this year. We did get Battle of the Planets.
Nick,
Thank you.
I
Oakley.
have something to tell you.
Oh,
the
go ahead.
GeForce is Gatchaman. Gatchaman 1978.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay,
Dude,
I
you
was
remember-
actually
wow.
right. I can't
Yes.
believe I was actually right about
Oakley.
No,
that.
well, I
You-
started looking because
Wow.
I thought you
Oakley
were
and
right.
Pablo.
I just didn't remember exactly which version, because the US had a lot of issues with some of the naming for anime, because either they thought it will not really glue on the US, will not really stick on the US, or they just had some issues with the copyright for the name. For example, there's a couple of Japanese games, animes that have had to change their names outside of Japan because of copyrights, like It's a Wonderful Life. They had It's a Wonderful World. It's a song. So Subarashiki Konosekai had to change the name to The World Ends With You for copyright issues. But the translation Subarashiki Konosekai is It's a Wonderful World, right? In the US you have a lot of these issues. So I remember the GeForce was one of those. They thought that Gatchaman will not be really translatable to English, the name, and they searched for something more catchy, and GeForce was it.
Nice. Very nice.
Actually, I have one last thing just for you, Nick.
Yes.
By the way, this comes out at
roll.
the end of the month here, June 26th.
Sure.
So
Drum roll.
this is a beautiful cover. I love this one. But that's not why I'm coming back, because there is one last book, of course. Nick, this is one I know you've been looking forward to. Unfortunately, you have to wait till August.
Okay.
because of course I am talking about one of your favorite comics ever, Rebel Moon.
Oh,
We are getting the trade paperback.
No
Oh,
fucking
you
way.
bastard.
Okay.
What a setup.
Them be fighting words where I'm from.
Wow. Even I know what that's coming from.
Making somebody watch Rebel Moon actually falls against the Geneva Convention.
Where is
I watched 10 minutes of
Clobby?
that and I wanted to jump off a bridge. What do you think
Where's
that is?
Clobby
Dude.
when I need him more in my life than ever?
Yes.
You
I
know,
swear,
He's
the
probably watching
Vietcong,
over us right now, laughing at
the
our asses.
Vietcong was
Dude.
using Rebel Moon for
Here's
torture.
to him.
Salute for Chloe.
That's
I-
hilarious,
me and
Ironcaster.
Clobby dishing on Zack Snyder, you can view it one of two ways. We were like O.J. Simpson being made fun of by Norm Macdonald is one way.
Oh,
Because
God,
it happened often,
so good.
but it was always deserved. That's one way. The other way, Clobby is Captain America. I was Bucky Barnes. We were in Captain America Civil War, and that one scene in the third act where they're both dishing out at Iron Man at that same time. And Zack Snyder's Iron Man that scene where both Cap and Bucky are giving an ass whooping to Iron Man. That's us giving an ass whooping to Zack Snyder.
It's so
That's
crazy.
how because we took a lot of shots, and sometimes Tom Connors would join us in taking shots too. But man, it never got old doing it.
Snyder's such an
usually-
easy target, man.
I don't usually I'm not known for one to take repetitive shots at anyone or even.
Well, the Zack
No,
Snyder
this is-
beat down
this is
takes
Zack
forever
Snyder,
because it has to
dude.
be shot in
Taking
slow-mo.
shots at him.
I'll play
It's
devil's
like,
advocate here. But
Go ahead,
wasn't
Your
the
duty as a
Snyder
moral
cut?
citizen.
Sorry.
Ironcaster, go ahead. What you were saying?
Oh, I just simply said that a Zack Snyder beatdown takes forever because it has to be shot in slow-mo.
Oh, you know how to make me be entertained by a good time with that comment. D-Bud, I saw your comment about the memorial service. I will post it. So let's see here.
Fenrir, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
No
And
problem, bro.
I'll post it in the chat. I put it in the private, and
Oh, yeah, I'll get it.
yeah, that is the link for the Clobby Memorial because D-Bud, I've always made it my vow that this is your vacation channel where you don't do work. So I will not rent you because I've always said this is your vacation channel. Because I know it's a lot of work.
I mean, you take me in and you don't
Edge.
charge me, so you pretty much take everybody.
So I did want to ask before I
Yeah.
give up the floor here. Guys, chat, of the books I suggested, what are you looking forward to most? And which book do you want Nick to review?
Don't
Ooh.
do not have them do it.
Oh,
not-
Rebel Moon for
Actually, you know
sure.
what would be funny?
Well,
Let's make him read Rebel Moon. Come on, everybody, vote. Let's make him read it.
Oh no. The worst part is if the chat actually does this, I have to do it. Because I'm such
Well,
a
You heard him, people.
Do it.
Hang on.
Do it. Do
me-
it.
Let me just
well,
put-
okay, all right, all
guys,
right. I've
guys,
got one.
get-
I've got one.
I want to make one last case for Rebel Moon here. Look at those names at the bottom.
Oh
Visaggio.
Oh, I have.
Bent.
God
You know
damn.
Bent? You freaking
It's like the
Bent.
kiss
She
of
made a
death.
whole
It is doomed to
$3,000
fail.
writing this book.
Okay, I just got the idea for a joke, and I want to run it by you guys. I need to make
Oh
yes.
Oh,
Oh, dude, here we go. Here we go. You know what's coming.
That-
five single seconds of Canadian $2 Rebel Moon.
You know what's
I
coming.
mean, it's
now,
Canadian
don't you?
money, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
The last time the money started flowing, you bought a Green Goblin.
Oh yeah.
Now he has to read Rebel Moon.
Yes.
All right.
Dude.
Come on, chat. Let's make him do it.
Vince is like
guys,
which
I have been
blade?
teasing Nick with this for months now. Like anytime an issue of Rebel Moon came out, I'm like, guys, Nick, your favorite comic came out.
He won't let it go. I'm actually terrified of this. No.
Vince, I've Witchblade in all its forms, and the Japanese beats the Western, man.
I just
Okay, there's an artificial intelligence that you can use to generate the voice of
Oh,
Palpatine.
Dave C for $5.
Nice.
Hashtag Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
Come on, chat. Let's start rolling.
I
Help me
really
out
didn't.
here.
I'm
Help us
actually
out.
getting clobbered about this.
Clobbering
on the
time.
plus side-
Your pain will
So,
be our
guys,
entertainment, my friend.
You were
Look,
right.
I have
Frederick.
nothing but good ideas, but no one ever wants to listen to my ideas.
Oh, I do. I totally do.
And on the
Oh,
plus
we
side,
do,
we almost
dude.
have
It's
on the
just-
plus side though, we almost have the trade.
No
completely
money
paid
would
off.
be spent.
Like-
I promise that, Picasso.
Guys, if we could just get $10 more, the book would be completely paid for before YouTube gets their cut. So
Link
really,
it.
we need
Link
$20.
it. How much?
We need like
10?
$20, people.
Link it.
I'm still
What?
okay,
What do we
okay,
get? What do we
okay.
get, Iron Castle? What do we
Here's
get?
the deal. We need to get a little more money. We need to get around $20.
You guys are
Right?
sick.
10 for the
$20.
book,
You guys are
and the other 10 for the cheap whiskey that he will need to get wrong after reading it.
Okay. So this is the
Oh.
classic. You fly, I buy. Only $20, and he has to do a review of Rebel Moon for at least
Not
20
only the
minutes.
book, but also
No, no,
the
no.
movie, dude.
He
He also
can't
needs to
cheap
do the
out
movie.
5 minutes. At least how long? How long does he have to do the? How long
Oh,
does he have to do? 15
15
minutes,
Oh,
20
no.
minutes, right?
Oh,
I don't know if I could
and
make
not
it.
just
I'm
any
at least,
movie.
I'd have to
At least
refund
9
you.
minutes.
How much? How much? Iron Castle? How many?
At least
How
9
long?
minutes.
Go 10 minutes. Link it. I'll do the $20 right now
he also needs to review the director's cut.
if he agrees.
It is only fair.
If he agrees
on the plus
live
side-
on air.
On the plus side, though-
the director's cut you that you're asking me to become a 9/11 level terrorist.
And obviously, you have to invite me
Allah
on the stream.
Akbar.
And you can't block me from the stream either, right?
So, by the way, the book. Fortunately, Nick,
These
the book
guys
doesn't come out till
corrupt.
August, so it's a ways off.
Yeah, no amount of prep or no amount of time is gonna ever ease this.
Hell, hey
And
guys, get an extra $5 and you can get him to read the novelization of the movie.
Oh, you did link
That's-
it.
that
he linked
exists.
it. He linked it. Oh, it's
See,
a pre-order.
see, I get invited to people's channels, and before you know it, I've got Brandon, the anime guy, putting on cat ears for money.
Okay.
Yes, there is a novelization of the movie, and it's just as bad as you think it is.
I'll do $20 if he promises
Platoon
right
reviewed
now
it.
he'll.
I mean, he didn't review it. He just cited about it on his review of the movie. But yes, there is, and it's just as
I
bad
feel like
as you
that kid
think.
in Dazed and Confused, he does this repeatedly.
Normally, for shit like Rebel Moon, I get
Iron
really,
Caster.
really high. The
That's
only issue
hilarious.
is that
Guys
you
are
cannot
evil.
read a book being that high. So I guess I'll stick with the movie, and I don't wanna.
I
Although,
will straight
honestly-
up have to rig this game, RJ. I will have to rig this game. I'm sure I would get good views. I don't doubt this would get good views. I will never dispute that I get good views on this.
Dude, just go to just go to a motel, get super drunk, and do the review, man. Just do it.
Well, you don't go to a motel to just get drunk. Normally,
Dude, he
there's
has a
a lot
family.
of
He can't torture himself with that. And what if one of his kids gets in it while he's watching Rebel Moon? Do you want her to be traumatized like that? Rebel Moon, having that memory in her head, that's a trauma beyond death.
I think
I am
Fenrir is
losing-
right
He has
in
a
this
I
one.
am
family,
losing
man.
this battle really
You
badly
need to
right
do it
now.
somewhere where nobody can see you, so nobody can hear you cry. I mean,
Well, deep.
After
This is
this,
why.
by the way, we will talk Destro. And
Yes.
well, one
Way to
quick thing,
deflect.
one
Nice
quick
deflection.
thing before Destro, and then we'll do Destro and wrap it up. But
I have no doubt that my day of reckoning is coming because I keep doing this to people. A day will
Yes,
come.
one day we'll
where
get you.
A day is going to come where people are going to turn around and get some revenge on me, and finally make me watch something, review something that I really don't want to watch. But
I can think about a couple of interesting stuff
Same
that
here.
people review.
oh,
For example, Jumeria. It's an anime. It's an anime famous for being absolutely stupid, crazy, and should have never been made.
Okay, and the levels of stupid, what are we talking about? We talking Kochira or are we talking 60s stuff?
We are talking about a girl whose tits are on her head. Not joking.
Good lord.
How would that even
you
work?
guys are evil.
I don't know.
I mean, is it like
It's
in
an actual
that
anime.
movie Little Nicky where one of the demons got a pair of tits on their heads,
Yeah,
pissing
basically
off the
that.
devil?
Basically that. But it's 12
Keiko.
episodes.
Guys,
I swear
I
to
like-
God, there's nothing
I
Japanese haven't already
actually-
done.
I actually like my life.
The worst part about that anime is basically a Super Sentai.
What?
Yes!
What the
It's
hell?
Power Rangers on Dreams with a girl with tits on her head. Japan is awesome.
How would
Oh,
how would
dude.
the helmet even
Ironcaster.
fit?
Destro.
We'll get to
Nick
Destro's
needs a break. Nick needs
Yeah, it's
a
been
break.
2 hours and we're
Five-
getting too crazy about this. Let's
Five
just jump
Pico,
into
yeah.
Destro. This is getting too crazy.
Okay, this is exposing. I will. Yeah, I know.
I mean, the
no,
tits on the
no,
head
no.
just pulls it off.
Oh, dude, it is child endangerment. No, actually, once again, I like my life. Don't.
friends don't
Once
let friends
again,
get
if
drunk
the
to watch
majority
Rebel Moon.
rules, I will do it. And it's looking right now, admittedly, I hate saying that. It even pains me to, but I can't deny the facts. It looks like I might have to follow through. But oh boy.
All right.
Oh,
It's
boy, do I know.
$16.19 on Amazon.
You know what? I'm actually kind of curious to see that.
Ugh.
Pablo, send me the name of that Sentai. I'm kind of curious now.
Folks, I would also like to point out that really, if you want your dollar to be further stretched and get more into Nick's pocket, you are better off sending money via StreamYards,
Stream elements.
Stream Elements.
So
Yeah,
that way
direct
more
donos.
of it can go to Rebel
Yeah.
Moon,
Direct dono. Good job. Good point.
and then we can
Iron.
also punch Captain Marvel in the process. And really, don't you want to see? Isn't it the most punchable face around?
It's been about an hour.
Oh, Jeff. Oh,
I love that avatar.
he's a great guy. I love him. He's a great artist. That's not.
Oh, that's old school Leonard. Nick, what are we doing? He's not gonna do it, Iron. He's not gonna do it.
He's finally broken.
If I had to follow through with it, I will. But fuck.
It's like he's gonna get revenge on me one of these days.
Oh, I'm.
That's fine.
You know, it takes a lot for me to be a vengeful type. Now I have to become the thing that I'm not really fond of in order to exact my plan, because this is a level of animal cruelty that no matter how much a carnivore eats meat, that you can do damage on. This is
Seriously,
freaking-
Vandal right there on the chat. Vandal speaking some truth. The Netflix equivalent of Bastard is weak compared to the OG.
This is just
So weak.
absolutely. Oh shit. Damn.
Jaffo.
God, I freaking
Oh
love this
shit. John
chat. They
Platts
really
from
know
the
how to have fun.
UK. That's cool. He says he's long term at 2018 since we will do Judge Dredd. Straight up. We will. It'll be some time, but we will get there. Just be patient. It's gonna happen. And there is no Captain Marvel Carol Danvers. Bad gamer gate.
I love her Warbird costume, by the way.
Carol Danvers?
Oh yeah. In fact, when I started going back into the comics, when I started going to the comic shops as on the regular, it was like 2008, and
Okay.
one of the first books I picked up was Miss Marvel.
Oh.
Alongside Spider-Man and Green Lantern.
Okay. Shite.
This isn't set in stone yet, Nick. So you're okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Meanwhile,
signed. I don't think he signed the contract, right, Iron? He hasn't signed the contract yet. So you're okay, man. You're okay.
I'm gonna do a quick.
We'll make a champ. We'll tell you what, Nick. If you do it, we'll make a championship belt for you.
That's type of react.
The Rebel Championship, brother.
All right. Before we get into Destro,
that's hilarious.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Ripa himself. I know and also don't care about the non-controversy because I'm going to call it non-controversy. But my buddy Biggles Metz, I've met him in person in the Florida or Orlando meetup. I stay with him at a Content House at Culture Casino. If you are guys, really good guy. He's listened to my stream here and there, mostly lurking. Good guy. He sent me a copy of Ripazine, the foil cover, and I not only got this cool foil cover, but there's a cool noir style detective story, 13 pages. So as someone who read Wizard magazine, but also read Spider-Man magazine, where there's interviews with creators and they would have short stories. The short story in here has Bart Sears on the interiors, and it read and felt like a old noir story. And this character had like a really smooth, like, have you ever heard of 24/7 Fusion Media? He's got a really smooth, deep voice. I kind of got a little bit of his voice with this character. He seems like the character that would have the best cigars, the best whiskey on the planet. And when there's bad guys that pop up in these 13 issues, he needs to shoot a bitch up, and he does.
Wayne Brady.
I had fun with these 13 pages, and of course, the rest is like interviews with guys like Chuck Dixon.
Nick, blow up your page to show that suits. This is what I was telling Ironcash already.
This guy
blow that up. That's suit, man. Look at that.
Hat.
Look the way he's dressed.
I like
he's just very classy.
The pinstripes are good.
Very classy. So
nice,
I really enjoyed the short story here, and I had lots of fun reading it. And I say that someone who just thought ISOM 1 was okay and ISOM 2 is good. I thought the salvage was really good. So just being fair and honest with my take, and I ain't gonna back away from that. So
no, but I like how you touched on the noir part of it. Getting away from a little bit of, you've got to have some variety, right? Or just stick to what you're doing. Boom. And then if you want to branch out, you have to change shit up.
Mm-hmm. It also helps that we've been seeing a big resurgence as of late towards a lot of more classic genres. The pulps are especially big right now. I mean, you look at what guys like Razor Fist are doing, and I mean, he's kind of the guy who's sort of cornered that market in a way, but he's leading the charge into the realm of pulps.
Speaking of, I did a review for Ghost of the Badlands.
He's going that way, guys. He's going to the old school type of thing.
Dude,
didn't he just release an audiobook of a Shadow story?
Well, they're old. Here's the deal. I'll give you context in that. They're new on the Shadowcast, but he posted them a year to 2 year back on the Rageaholic channel because I remember listening to them right away when they came out. And Razor posted that Double Z one, yeah, some moon back. He just now posted them recently on Shadowcast because, well, it makes sense because it's the Shadow. Okay, great, got it, awesome. But his Ghost of the Badlands, because that is more Razor in the recent times. I did do a review of Ghost of the Badlands. And if you somehow haven't watched it, put it on your watch later tab. I know right here. Oh, and Shadowcast is great. I love it. But I did a review for Ghost of the Badlands. Please go read Ghost of the Badlands too. I really enjoyed it. And I'll just be easy and thorough about this really quickly before once again we actually go into Destro. I'm pretty easy, but not too easy. Sounds like a whore. But when it comes to judging a book, when I look in a book, do I have fun with it? When I have fun with it, can I overlook some flaws? Yes. Now, the only way if the flaws start to pile up to a point where it starts to deter my enjoyment, that's where I take exception. Do I mention the small flaws when I do reviews if I find them or am bugged by them? Yes. I even did one when I talked about Yaira. But once again, when it's a small thing, it's like, yeah, I'll mention it. But does it deter away my enjoyment of things? Look further than Razor Fist when he did his review of The Last Ronin. He had some issues with the art. Story-wise, didn't seem like he had any at all. Wow, but he still really, really loves it. How I feel about his opinions or don't feel is neither here nor there. But the fact is, you could still really enjoy some and still find things to critique about. So, in case someone wants to try go out of the way to call me a shill, well, go ahead. I don't care. All I'm trying to say is that the proof is in the Belgian chocolate pudding that I have not. And on top of it, not one thing out of the Indiegogo, Kickstarter, Rippaverse, Marvel, DC, recent fair, even Image. Not one thing I've given a 10. Only 2 or 3 things I've given a 9 or above a 9. One of them was Dean Cain, All-American Lawman. That's one of them. I won't say what the other 1 or 2 things is. So all I'm trying to get at here is I think it's safe to say my scores do come from a place of objectivity, even if I have been around some of these people in person, have hung out with them and talked with them. If you see it as conflict of interest, that's your right. But if I really want to be a shill, I could have been like every Marvel MCU critic in Phase 4 and said every new thing was the best thing yet. Go ahead and go through all my reviews. I don't say those words. I don't. You challenge me on that. Challenge me. So,
well, you're far from a freaking shill. I can say that much, man. And there's nobody here is even close to it. Not even in the chat right now. There's nobody even close to any of that.
Yeah,
you ain't never got to worry about that, brother. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
that's why we all like it. That's why we're all here. Ironcaster, Pablo, Fenrir. Nobody here is a freaking shell.
Now, here's the thing: do I blame someone if they entertain the idea or they even flat out say it? No, I actually don't, because they probably see who I talk with, who I associate with. I could see why they at least get that perception. I get it. I couldn't dare fault someone like that. I really couldn't. Even if I can at least see why. Because I do believe in the idea of conflict of interest. I straight up do. I don't blame them for feeling that way. But if you at least listen to what I have to say, whether you like it or don't, a shill will never point out faults. A shill will, once again, say the new thing is always the best thing yet. I don't do that. I straight up don't. So, a moment of seriousness for our great conversation we've had tonight. Which, by the way, we've maintained a great crowd throughout this show. Thank you all. 2.5 hours in, and we still got a great crowd. Thank you. What's up, Conti? Is there just Conti? Reach out to me. We gotta talk again. I know you say you want to send something. Let's talk. And what's up, Roman of the Empire, sir? And then Steven says, I've watched your comic review, sir, and you're the farthest thing from Mr. Boswell. There's no doubt in my mind that Clobby would be proud. Hey, you know what? It's all about being on.
Right.
And that's a nerd guy who can tell you about things
right.
that he loved and could still find things to pick apart from. I know he loved the X-Men Teen Titans crossover, but he had some things. He had some gripes about the book. He did, but it did deter away from his enjoyment. But you still gotta be able to say, okay, well, this is the things I didn't like about it. But once again, to me, those small things like Clobby are just small things. But if they start to pile up, then becomes a major problem because now you're just adding insult to injury. Anyways, yes, I do it for you guys, straight up. So, also, thank you, Oakley. Please watch. I don't know if you've watched it yet. And if you haven't, this is your opportunity for after the show. Watch my unboxing of the Tony Martin Black Sabbath unboxing. Just saying that. And no, it's not about explaining myself. It's just in case there's anyone out there. You never know. You never know. And honestly, they're allowed to judge me. I won't even say fuck them. They are allowed to judge me. Because to some point, we all do it. Up to including me. So they are allowed to judge me. That's fine. But anyways, we got a Destro comic to talk about. And I know Castor and I are kind of like being like crackheads. Except I don't do crack. But we got to talk about Destro. And
you're metalheads at best.
Well, we're probably the guys who are probably the most in tune on this panel about the Energon universe. And you know what? I'm gonna let Castor take the floor with this one because he deserves it. And he's my Frank Nitti to Al Capone on this show. So, sir,
what do you get when your main character of your book is supposed to be the entrepreneur of the battlefield, a man who's always got the weapons able to be provided for when you have a problem that you need dealt with? Well, you have a man like Destro, who's always got the latest in technological advancements, capable for any would-be despot looking to overthrow a nation or perhaps take over the world. This is, of course, a continuation from Cobra Commander and all of our other books of the Energon universe. So we're getting a chance to finally see what more is going on after the events of Cobra Commander, which was a fantastic book in its own right, and I cannot recommend that enough. This was, of course, written by Dan Waters with art by Andre Bresson.
Or do you want to switch your camera?
Oh, I didn't have it pulled up.
Oh!
I was going off of
this guy's got me tonight. See, Castor's making me look like I'm the amateur tonight, and I appreciate that. That's what the fun of the show is. You can be the best man on my own show.
A couple things I do enjoy is, of course, we have a dictator overthrown who just happens to look a lot like Stalin.
Oh yeah, I love that too. He did have a Joseph Stalin vibe to him. I got that. I definitely got that too.
Of course, as this world's continuing up, there's a lot more of the classic GI Joe elements being brought in. Of course, for any of those Joe heads out there who love them some GI Joe, they love the Forces of Cobra. So far we've gotten characters like Destro coming in. We've got Cobra Commander, of course, but then there's some other characters we haven't seen yet. Like we haven't seen the twins, Tomax and Xamot. Well, this book is looking to set that up as we see what happens when arms dealers don't quite see eye to eye.
Dude, I really love that element. And obviously, to be fair, they kind of had to make that happen because with that element, especially where we're at with the Energon universe and the timeline, it feels like they're still getting the G.I. Joe team going. They're still getting the Cobra team going. So it makes sense that you have the villains at each other's head. So it's not only great to have another villain leading his own miniseries, A, B, but to have him collide with another villain rather than try to neuter him or make him anti-hero or water him down for his story, give him a redemption arc or make us feel bad for him. No, like, no, he's still a villain. He's just gonna find another villain. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Hey, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Well, I mean, one of the luxuries you have with having a villain as your main character is that you can get those sorts of stories where you can have two villains like going at it, like wanting to like strangle each other down, where they're willing to get dirty, they're willing to play hardball in order to eliminate the competition. And so far, it looks like we've got a nice, good setup because that's what that's the first issue. That's what you could expect out of a little 5-issue miniseries. We got to set the stage, and I'd say this does an excellent job for what's to come. Destro at this point is basically has the market cornered on Energon as in terms of weaponization, and so next comes the question of what's that going to mean? Like, this is going to be this new advancement of technology. As they take their time to talk about it in the book, and you have the twins with their technology coming in to then turn around and find ways to surprise Destro, who thought he was in this superior upper hand position. Well, now we got to see what comes next.
How is Destro going to respond to all these events? I'm intrigued because it's like it's 1 minute saying like, oh, they're going to work together. Oh, no, they're not. And Cobra has issues with him immediately because he is displeased. And he makes it known. He makes it very well known that because he didn't fall in line, he's going to take it out on him. And nothing is off the table now. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. I feel like I can't say I was wowed at all by the art, but it was definitely a lot more passable compared to what we got in Scarlet. It was fun. I'll put it this way. It was fine. It's serviceable. I wouldn't call it anything good, great, or to write home about, but it definitely flowed with the story well. It seems like even though Dan Waters straight up admit, which I appreciate. He's just like, I wasn't familiar with G.I. Joe, but I took the time to learn. Okay, good. That's a simple ask, and you went for it.
Well, see,
awesome.
as far as the art goes, some of the things I do want to compliment, it's the coloring. I think the coloring.
I do like the
colors.
On this. I do. I think we have great colors. I agree on that.
And
like
with a character,
a bit stronger, but I'm with you on the colors.
With a character like Destro having this, beryllium metal head, it's completely shiny, and you're gonna have a lot of interesting potential with the way light reflects off of it to be able to show off. And I think our artist, which I believe is, or the colorist is Ariano Lucas.
Okay.
I think it's done well. There's a decent use of shading. And here, let me.
Yeah.
I'm
zooming in. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's a 1/6. That's a 1/2 statue from Sideshow right there, right?
The penciler benefits from the colorist in this case, and the colorist definitely nails what feels like the right color palette for G.I. Joe. So, yeah, and that obviously I was like, okay. Cool. So we're building up to a war here before we get G.I. Joe versus any true bad guys. We're getting a villain civil war, You know what? As someone who's
Nice.
super beyond burnt out on superhero Civil Wars, it's nice to finally have a true villain Civil War between two elite villains. Because even though I'm not deeply knowledgeable on the Joe, I know about this rivalry. Sorry, not its rivalry. I know about how significant these two are to G.I. Joe lore. This makes sense.
And they're not trying to do a dark and twisted kind of like, dark, like we've seen so many people try to do these cynic takes on superheroes. It's like, look, these guys are are terrorists. They're gonna try to take over the world. They're gonna try to conquer nations. Like, they're villains. They've embraced it. They've accepted it. It's just a matter of, hey, let's see where they go with this, and which then is basically setting up in the inevitable question: what's going to happen when our heroes have to confront this?
I'm curious to see if they will be involved in any way throughout this, because I do wonder. I wonder about that. They might not be involved one bit in this.
To show my age a little bit more, Iron Caster and stuff, when we talk about things like that, because I was going to pull up with a little bit of the transition from shows to comic books, which could be like another 8-hour stream, right? And there's a million of them. And when you talk about Destro and G.I. Joe and how well does it stick to the original comic, right? Because it showed my age a little bit. I grew up on Thundercats and G.I. Joe, and like Ironcaster. How I don't know if you would have ever watched. Obviously, I probably think you watched the old G.I. Joe series, right?
I saw some in syndication, so I do have a kind of periphery familiarity with it. And in recent years, I've gone back and started to watch through some of it, so I have some more familiarity with it. In fact, I started going out and buying some of the action figures now.
Well, you and I were talking about some of the Transformers and how much they cost. But yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see like Ironcaster pulling out Destro and all, and it's like, oh man. And can they stand alone on their own merit as a G.I. Joe comic without pissing people off who watch the old shows? You know what I mean?
I mean,
I find that very interesting.
Definitely on the more violent
they're not
side
doing
compared to the cartoon.
Yeah, they're not doing a Saturday morning cartoon sort of thing. IDW did do that, and I think I read the first couple issues of it. It was pretty fun. That was kind of right on point with it, to the point where I was expecting, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it's very interesting.
I just have a bit to say, and it's not about G.I. Joe. You mentioned something that is really, really fun for me. Thundercats. You know they have comics, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know they have a good couple of runs, right? We need to do
I know they're doing comics right now, actually.
Oh, yeah, they started a new one.
Yeah.
I haven't read it, but yeah, they started a new one. I was thinking about more of 2002 Thundercats. That was a bit of craziness. Okay. But if the new stuff is good, I will be really, really pleased, because after the 2012 series, it was 2012 or 2011, that they got canceled, and they got me blue balled after setting up a really good storyline with Pumira. Then they decided to go on the kiddie stuff with Thundercats Go, I think it was called. The Steven Universe style. They haven't recuperated after that. They haven't tried to do anything good with the Thundercats in a long while.
I've heard some kind of mixed things about the current ongoing Thundercats comic.
I have too.
the problem, like I wanted to pick it up, but the problem was my shop
I've
is
honestly
always
been
sold out by the
avoiding the
time I get there.
Thundercats comics and Space Ghost. I'm only going to read Johnny Quest.
Oh God, I love Space
No,
Ghost.
dude,
Sorry.
go read Space Ghost.
Yeah,
Space
the Alex
Ghost is
Okay, I
Ross,
shall do that.
the one with
Space
Alex
Ghost is like
Ross
a
art.
serious take on the character. And I mean, look, Space Ghost is not exactly a super relevant character. It's a it's a silly name out of the
A quick
70s.
question. Do they
Yeah.
at least reference the talk show? Because that was the most important moment of his
No.
character.
No, not anywhere close.
Ah,
No,
crud.
Space Ghost is like a walking terror. Like he's about as ninja as Batman at times.
Oh, come on. Without the talk show, he loses a lot of his character. That was so
Original
important
Ironcast-
for him.
Yeah, are you talking about that little mini series with the art that might be Alex Ross on the cover, like
No.
1 through 6, or
No,
are you
no,
talking
no.
about?
There's a current.
No, it's a
ongoing
new one
Space
by
Ghost comic.
Dynamite.
Shit, I
And
wasn't even aware of that one.
Pablo.
It is so far. It's currently got 2 issues out. Issue 3, I think, will be out in the next 3 weeks.
Well, I was
All right.
planning to only read Johnny Quest, but I'll give it a try when I can.
Jesus, you're awesome, dude. Johnny Quest. Yeah.
Pablo,
Yeah,
go ahead and answer this
the
real quick,
greatest
and I'm going
adventure
to
ever.
acknowledge super chats.
Okay, the question is, have you ever read the Thundercats and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe crossover comics miniseries? And I didn't knew this exists, and no, I want it in my life. It was absolutely awesome.
There's your answer, Stephen M. Kal-El.
The thing is that it kind of okay. If you have seen the original Thundercat series and you have seen the original He-Man series, they had a lot of crossover on themes, especially when they try to teach something to kids. For example, hygiene. But He-Man and the Thundercats have a villain that is defeated using soap. That was something that they just did in this kind of shows. They have the space cop that is kinda the good guy, but doesn't really belongs here. Is basically a special ops on space. That's basically it. And actually, both characters are pretty much the same. Even the villain has a bit of a similitude between Mumra and obviously Skeletor. There's a theme there about using dark magic and everything, and about being deformed and being in depth with ancient gods, be it Hordak or being the ancient gods. So there's a lot of crossover. I can see how it can work, and I can see how it can be in the same universe perfectly. Know that I know there's a crossover. I just need to read it. Sorry, I love both shows, so
Oh, no. Hey, you're good, man.
Yeah,
No
it's
need
not
to
unusual to
apologize
walk
for
around
anything
somewhere, see a guy wearing a Thundercats t-shirt, right?
Thundercats are on the loose. Thundercats.
I'm spotting
Right?
posers left and right about it.
Yeah.
Well, who are you trying to kid? All right, John Platt. It's 5. I forgot about that. Okay, it's 5 a.m. Thank you for listening, man. You've been here a while too. Thank you, sir, for
Thanks
being
for
here.
being awake, man.
Have a great night and weekend, for sticking out with us. You did not have to. You could have just caught the replay. I would have been fine with that. But thank you. And shout out to Grim. We got a barrage of super chats from my friend Christian. He says, for the first Canadian 5, huge 69 Slayer. Good call changing the show. That's why I love you, Nick. Love you, dude. Thank you for that. First one. And another Canadian 5 said, the only difference between Nick and I, he's functional on a hangover on a Saturday morning. Screw you. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. And Thick Crust is Chicago pizza. Canadian 2. This is the facts of life. You don't need to watch the show The Facts of Life. Just take my word for it. I usually always say, don't take my word for it. This is the one time I'm telling you, take my word for it. Thin crust is the way. It's all about the tavern style. Even Dave Portnoy agrees with me. He didn't even know, but he agreed. And I only super chat their midnight to make Nick laugh. It fucking worked, you son of a bitch. It worked. For another
Dude.
Canadian too. Thanks, Ben.
Can you share my
It's
screen?
on fire
For a
today,
second?
Christian.
Yes.
Oh,
It
dude.
exists.
Come on, man. Where's
This
eBay? I
is
gotta pull
what-
up some eBay. Hold on. Let me stop my cam for a minute. Go shopping.
This is absolutely wonderful. I will be reading this tonight. Thank you very much. You have made a man really, really happy.
Well, I'm glad I brought it up, man. I mean, it's classic, right? This
He
is
go
what we
up
all talk
real
about.
quick, really quick. Up,
Wait, up?
up. Yes,
Up.
sir. David, whoosh David. It says last name David. Go down at the credits.
Oh.
Slowly, right there. Is it Peter? It's not Peter David, is it?
I
Was
think it is.
Whoa. Like Keanu Reeves level of whoa. No, okay. What you've been advertised as a Chicago dog is actually accurate. I can actually vouch on that. That actually is accurate. For how many advertisements are horribly misleading about pizza, the hot dog ones are advertised correctly. I don't get how, but they are advertised correctly.
This artist got Mumbra right from the very first panel on the very first page. And that's a goddamn accomplishment on itself. Because the show took a long while to actually perfect Mumbra.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
this
think-
is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Thank
So I know
you.
they also did a Master of the Multiverse series. And I think Dan Fraga worked on that.
Oh, no shit. Did he now? Fuck, dude. It's fucking crazy, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, dudes, I hate to be that guy, but as I always say, you leave them wanting more. And we had obviously a very fantastic, great crowd tonight for the very first issue. And I look forward to having you all back for issue number 2 next Friday night. And we do got call night. Unfortunately, Nick has life responsibilities that he needs to take care of.
Yes, and he needs to prepare the money for that night where he goes to the motel to do all the Rebel Moon stuff.
Oh yeah, looks like that's gonna be most likely happening.
Dude, just buy a shit ton of vodka. I mean, just enough to make you forget the next couple of weeks.
I can't be unfunctional that long. And do you realize the amount of alcohol I'm gonna need to be that unfunctional? I don't think you realize.
Nick is going to be sounding like in Bruce Almighty, where Jim Carrey has the other reporter for the entire review.
Anyway, chat. Thank you for being here for this episode. Thank you for the a lot of huge super chats. Thank you. I can't wait to see you all next week for issue 2. If you haven't already, in case you've missed it, I posted video reviews to Yaira #1, Ghosts of the Badlands from Razor Fist, Yaira, Saska's sisters, and I also did a Black Sabbath Tony Martin unboxing. Just go on my channel and scroll, and you'll find those are, I think, my 3 or 4 latest videos ever. Next week, Toxic Tuesday, we'll be talking the Van Damme classic, Double Impact. My absolutely bar none favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme flick.
Which what?
It's going to be diabolical.
Nice.
Which what?
And of course, I'll be on Midnight's Edge After Dark next week and Comics Division channel. And I'm in talks with a few other big namers where I'll be guesting on some of their channels soon as well. So when I'm allowed to reveal those details, you'll know, because yeah, we're just trying to lock dates down because they have lives too. Even the bigger channels, some of the bigger channels have lives too. So with that all said, probably won't do probably another 2-3 weeks realistically. We'll get to another issue. We still need to figure out how we're gonna do formatting for like ASM 61 through 80. We'll probably talk that over live, maybe even as soon as next week. We still gotta do that, but we're definitely we're gonna do key issues like the FF number 1, the FF number 2, the first appearance of the Clobber Timeline, first appearance of Puppet Master. We got a lot to talk about and iron out. We'll get there, Bad Gamergate, and trust me, we got a lot. We're gonna be here a while. We're not going away, but be patient.
That's number 1.
Brace through it all. I promise we're gonna have fun, and we do need to do job number 52. I mean, it's a Black Panther, very central issue. Just saying, I hear ya. Anyways, yeah, go watch a video or two or mine on this channel after this stream is done. But that's what's coming my way for the future. I'm gonna let these gentlemen plug real quick, and then not only do I got a face plant, they're probably gonna go do something else. We'll start off with Fenrir. Thank you, sir, for being here. And well, you're on Twitter.
Yeah, I am. I also got this YouTube stuff going on. I mean, I don't really do anything around there, but I'm trying to go for membership, and I need a couple of you guys following me to get that amount and also watching my crap constantly. I know it's not really that much, but, if you actually get me going, I might actually do something if it becomes a profession. So, yeah, get it going. I'm also
link it.
very much on Twitter, spreading my insanity there, trying to make people laugh because I want to make money out of all this. Because I really don't want to be someone's personal slave. So, yeah, give me your money. I want your money. I will make you laugh and happy as long as you give me your money. At least you can trust me more than the studios around. And if I get enough, I can actually start doing shit like books and comics. And who knows? Maybe I can actually do something with my life. Maybe I can actually be a functioning member of society. That'll be the day.
you can be functional. I mean, whoa.
Only with the right amount of money, bro.
Picasso balls to the walls.
Capitalism prevails. And speaking of capitalism,
amen, brother.
Yeah, Fenrir, thanks for being here, man.
Every time. It's always a pleasure.
Picasso became a Balls to the Wall member.
Nice.
Thanks, sir, for becoming a Balls to the Wall level member. Appreciate you, sir. And Christian with an Arcade 5 says, okay, here's my best dad joke. Why did the Siamese twins move to London, England? So the other one can drive. This is a 4 a.m. drunk joke, but it's a really good 4 a.m. drunk joke. Christian, you're killing me, but you're probably trying to do that. Wow.
Dude, he's been on fire tonight.
Oh, dude. On Here on Gilded, Christian is a man who brings the fury and the flames every time he shows up on around here. Right here, yeah. Vulcan, you have a better weekend, sir. And thank you for being here. And we're going to continue to do our best to not only keep the greatness and fun atmosphere of the show going, but to continue to honor Clobby's memory. And we will definitely at least once, if not twice a month, touch on some classic Clobby great. Commenting is dangerous.
Here we go. This is now we're gonna extend the stream. This is what happens.
We'll be like the commenter. 5 minutes.
I've seen this before.
Oh man, this is taking too long. I really got to bounce. Okay, guys, Peace.
Okay,
Stay well.
Oh,
Dave, in the
Fenrir.
future, you and me got to talk about doing a Venture Bros stream or
Venture
something.
Brothers.
'cause that is-
Goddamn right. You and I were
Nice.
thinking alike just now. I love it.
You're
Awesome.
right. Right. Peace,
Take care,
guys.
brother.
take care. Commenting is dangerous. Has become a huge member.
Huge.
Thank you, sir. That's an honor. I appreciate it, man. You're the fucking man. Remember, message me. I'll get back to you within the next few days on the Instas. All right. Pablo, I know you've been busting fucking mad hairy scrotum
Oh, the He-Man
with
shit, dude.
Midnight's Edge, and I'm all caught up on the videos.
Oh, if I'll be honest, Tom was the real hero this week. I did Monday's video, but Tom did Wednesday and yesterday's video, and he
Wow.
barely slept because of that. Because I'm not home on Wednesdays, and he had to rush the video on Thursday. So
Sure.
he's crazy. He's absolutely crazy.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
You and I can both vouch on that.
dude. Really,
man.
I mean it. What a beast. So yeah, more videos coming, and with the craziness out of late with Disney, well, there's gonna be a lot of them. It's gonna be a fun time. Also, more things coming on Mi Mensaje Español. So please stay tuned on that. And I'll be reading this comic and trying to get a couple of Magic the Gathering cards, because I have a deck that I literally have it at 92%. I have to find 8 cards. It has been hell.
All of Ecuador.
Yeah, exactly, and really hard to find cards. So, God damn it, I get the general on the last event that is worth $20 instead of selling it. I decide I will make a deck with it. Yeah, not a great idea. Anyway, brothers, was great,
Good night, Bad Gamer dude.
and I just want to keep reading. I'll be honest, I was reading on the background.
That's good, man.
It's awesome. It's really good.
That should be.
So yeah, brothers, as always,
Pablo.
really good being here. Really good talking comics with you. And Dave, was a pleasure having you.
No, dude, it's my honor, man. You guys welcomed me in. I can't ever.
And we'll
Say
have
it
you
enough.
on again.
Mhm.
We'll have you on
Oh.
again, Dave. It'll be.
Thank you,
we'll
Oakley.
do it
Thanks
at
for-
least once or twice before the end of this year, even. So
I definitely
do
hope so,
brace
man.
yourself, Pablo. Thank
I'm
you for
ready.
being here, sir. Have a great night and weekend. As always, we will talk soon. Dave, go ahead with your final thoughts.
Well, you know what it's going to be. It's for that man right up there in the corner. And this is number 1. And this was all up for you guys. So, and I showed the Black Panther. Obviously, I can stop showing that one. But, other things like I showed this one a couple weeks. This is the influence. I went back and do the old stuff. Right. And even crazy that I touched upon the movies and how it transitioned into comics. And he actually talked about this a couple of times, Battlestar Galactica. And then he knew what issue was what one. And it followed. It's insane. So spoiler alert, it follows along with the show for a couple of the episodes, but then it changes, which is really, really good. So, spoiler alerts, it doesn't do the whole, one comic per episode type of thing. You know what I'm getting at? Yeah. It does change into its own format. And he brought it up once or twice, and he did that for me just out of the chat a couple of times. So there you go. That's the kind of guy he was, man.
Oh, yes. He was a stellar man of the arts. Thank you for being here, Dave. I can't wait to have you on again. It's gonna be
dude.
diabolical. It's gonna be
Huge.
huge.
I've got,
Appreciate
I've
you,
got
man.
we'll
And-
text an Ironcaster. I'm
We'll
still
text.
eyeballing that damn Optimus Prime. If I can sell some more crypto, I might be able to pay for it.
Well, now you got to go buy the Megatron.
Oh,
Oakley, please go into that back catalog, and I hope Clobby is proud of what we've accomplished here, and we promise to go another 147 episodes and get to 150 with this.
this is number one. And Nick, I don't think anybody and all of us, and even Ironcaster, this is for you, Pablo, Ironcaster, Fenrir, for doing this. This is for you guys.
Thank you,
Number
man.
one.
Appreciate that. I love that. No, thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, Caster, you're the last man up.
I'm Iron Caster, and I am apparently the man of 1,000 streams this week. It feels like. Tomorrow morning, I will be on with Brandon the Anime Guy and Stone Loki for over on Brandon the Anime Guy's channel, where we are talking about big combining robots and all that cool mecha stuff.
What time?
That
Where
will
are you?
be,
I mean,
believe,
where are you? Where do you live? I mean, time zones.
Oh, I'm in Eastern time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Florida.
It'll be-
so
Okay, so it will be 10 a.m. Eastern over on Brandon the Anime Guy's channel.
okay.
Of course, in the afternoon, I of course have the Week in Geek over on T-shirt Historians, for where we will no doubt be talking about Wizards of the Coast, because they should love to stick their foot into it. Just like how apparently this week they decided to tell us that orcs are apparently Mexican.
Ándale.
Oh yeah.
And after saying we're
Mano,
sorry,
pinga,
we're sorry
puto.
we said orcs were black people.
I would say something, but you'll get not demonetized, crushed on it in Spanish. Pablo does.
Let's see. Of course,
La
I
cagaron.
think later in the night, not 100% sure, but I think my little buddy Charlie B will be on with Stowed Up and the Fine Boys of the Cotton Council as he shows up to
There
talk
he
about
is.
his nightclub. What was it? Well,
I love it.
It's the Le Puppet Hole. Hey. All right, what happened to the other show? Well, no, we rebranded, huh? Yeah, I'll tell you later, Charlie. Oh, okay.
I know. Fucking Nick and I are losing it.
He looks just like me. It's a little freaky.
It is kind of freaky.
Yep.
It is, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a bit freaky. Caster, thank
Nice
you,
day.
sir. And thank you as well. Yeah, you both have a great weekend. Have fun on Snow Dubs, bringing corruption and toxicity to a show.
But I'm only halfway done, by the way.
Blurt it out.
Monday nights on my channel. Monday nights over my channel is the Mech Pit Chat, where we are talking about more big robots and Super Sentai and Tokusatsu and all that fun big robot stuff, because we don't need to watch Rebel Moon. We don't need to watch the Crapolite or whatever Disney's putting out. Let's go talk about some fun stuff.
Don't even.
Tuesday over on I'll be on with Pops and Stone Loki again for Talk Hard, where we are talking one of my favorite movies of last year, Shin Kamen Rider. Which, oh my gosh, dude, that movie is so good. It's available on Amazon. Like, if you want to watch something good to watch, definitely check out what the Japanese are doing with all the superhero stuff, because Marvel ain't giving it to us.
Nope.
Nope.
And then later that night, I will then again be on with T-shirt for our little midweek in geek for a little update to see what Wizards of the Coast has no doubt done in the couple days since we last talked about them. Because did I say they should like to stick their foot into it? Because they should like to stick their foot into it.
They love it. The way backdoor Gary likes it in the back door.
Dude,
Okay.
that guy cracks me up. He takes it in stride, doesn't he?
As Gary likes to say,
Huh?
I'll put that
Yeah.
in my butt.
When's my turn? Charlie, when's my turn?
Gary
Does he
has a
really
way
say
of
that?
hogging up all the turns with this.
So Ironcaster, so the
He's
Kamen
like, what the
Rider.
hell? All right, Hannibal Grimm.
Sorry.
For further reference, this is a reference to Gary from Pop Culture Minefield. On Toxic Tuesday, he has a saying that he likes to use every Tuesday night, where someone will say something, and then he'll add into a conversation where he says, "I'll put that in my butt." So imagine someone saying, "Yeah, this guy fell on like a bed of nails," and he'll come in with, "I'll put that in my butt."
Does he really say that?
Oh,
Yes, Charlie. He actually says it.
he emphasizes it. He leans and doubles down on it. Yeah, I know. It's kind of sped.
I
He
think
got back.
Gary scared him
Oh,
off.
he just got back, and the first thing you hear, yeah, I can understand why that sounds weird from that perspective. Anything else, Caster?
No, I think that finally hits. It's been a long day.
It's a turkey.
Culture's gay. There's no mistaking that.
Man,
He's
well, no. See, apparently, Culture Casino is my internet father.
Oh yeah, I love the man, but
It
he's
says-
gay. He's about as gay. He's about as gay to my channel as Dan Vasquez to Geeks and Gamers.
but his hair got more glorious over the years that I've read him.
That's
right?
true.
I mean, no, listen, seriously, am I wrong?
No,
Am I
you're
wrong?
not wrong. As Culture likes to say, you're not wrong. His hair could get more glorious and he could get even more gayer.
It's like he uses mane and tail, the horse shit that mane and tail is like. It's
See,
like
here's the
fucking
thing
beautiful.
about hair.
I mean, you need to start using what he's doing, Ironcaster, because next year it'll be like. Poof.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you next Friday night for issue number 2. I
Well,
gotta go face plant on my pillow, and
one
I'm gonna
last-
eat a churro donut. And as we go on the way, David's gonna say a thing, and we're gonna end the stream. Say it.
One last shout out for the man up there, and for you, Nick, for putting this all together.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for all the great times, Clobby. We'll do this in your memory, sir. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you very
Good night,
much.
everybody. Thank you.
Appreciate all of you.